Mae e wedi gwneud ei benderfyniad, a does neb yn gallu dadlau ag e.
Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
A dyma cyfle i Phillips! Phillips yn manteisio i Aberystwyth! O, na chi ergyd! O, mae gosod gen Leeds i ar Harry Franklin yn ddyn cosmasin! A mae goch i Henry Jones! Sa'n gwybod be mae Henry Jones wedi dweud wrth y dyfarnwr. Jones yn ychwanegu'r ail i Aberystwyth! Dod nôl a Torres Cisse. Torres Cisse, o, roedd y gornel i mewn i gym yn y rwydd. Torres Cisse ar ei hat-trick ac yn eich lan iddi. Mae Torres Cisse ar dan. I'r canol. O, mae'n y bumed. Mae yna chweched, mae hwnna'n chwefog i grydd.
Croeso i Aberystwyth, croeso i goedlan y parc a chroeso i'r benod ddiweddara yn y saga rhwng y ddau glwb yma. Aberystwyth yn cwrdd â Holford yn fyw i chi heno o uwch ynghledd Cymru. JD, mae'n braf iawn cael bod yma, braf iawn cael eich cwmni chi, a braf iawn cael cwmni Tommy Morgan wrth gwrs hefyd. Croeso mor ato ni, Tommy. Maen nhw'n gweud, ble chi'n canolbwyntio gymaint hynny ar y tabl nes bod chi'n chwarae 10 gêm. Wel, ar ôl heno, fydd y clwb yma wedi chwarae 10 gêm. Pwy fydd mwyaf bodlon ei byd, fedwch chi, o Aberystwyth a Holford?
Ar ôl y gêm heno, fi'n credu fydd y ddau glwb yn edrych am y triffwynt a mae'n angenrheidiol i'r ddoi i gael e.
Ie, achos dachrau bach dim araf, ond dim un o'n wedi tanio hyd yn hyn. Hefyd, mae noson o gemau rhwng clybiau lawr yn y gwaelodion. Mae da ni dre newydd yn ebyn Pontypridd hefyd. Fi'n teimlo fel noson bwysig o ran y gyngred yma. Mae'n
hynod o bwysig penwythnos yma. Chwyd, mae dre newydd yn unfyd ar 10 yn y tabl, Met yn bymyd, 6 pwynt yn rhyntu nhw i gyd. Felly, sy'n rhaid fi weid pwy mor bwysig yw pob pwynt yn mynd i fod y penwythnos yma. A sydd yw'r tîm yma y moyn rhoi cam ymlaen i fod yn y 6 ucha.
Gewn ni weld yr gemer penwythnos a y sefyllfa o ran y tabl ar hyn o bryd. Felly fel hyn mae o ran y gemau eraill. Wrth i chi gweld bod 2 gêm wedi dechrau yn barod. Newydd dechrau maen nhw, felly dim goliau hyd yn hyn. Ond ie, gemau mawr i ddod fori hefyd wrth i ni weld y bala gartre yn ebyn y seintiau newydd. Bydd y bala'n ffansi cipio y fuddugoliaeth gyntaf yn ebyn y seintiau tymor yma. Dyma ni, Tommy, dan Lenelli, byddwch chi'n gweud. Mae mor agos fel arfer, mae'n agos. Ond presenoldeb pwy yw'r sioc mwyaf lawr fyna yn y gwaelodion? Dre newydd, falle?
Wel, sicr dre newydd, mae pawb chwyd tybrio bydden nhw fyny yna yn brwydro am y bencampwriaeth y tymor yma ar ôl tymor gwych, tymor diwetha, campaign gwych yn Ewrop hefyd, ond dyn nhw heb danio hyd yn hyn.
Ie, mae'n rhyfedd weithiau, beth mae Ewrop yn neud i dîm. Derch ni glywed gan rhai o'r rheolwyr o ran y gêm yma. Ni'n ddechrau gyda rheolwr yr ymwelwyr sy'n gyfarwydd ag Aberystwyth. Fydd yma am gyfnod yn cadw nhw yn y gyngred. Dyma Tony Pennock.
Tony, following last Saturday's Welsh Cup exit, what sort of reaction can we expect from your team this evening?
A good one, I hope. Yeah, it's always disappointing getting knocked out of the cup. But listen, Trethomas deserved the win on the day and we just move on, and boys have worked very hard this week in training, and just looking forward to getting the opportunity to put things right tonight.
You've got 1 point from 12 away from home. How do you hope to build on that this evening?
Just take our chances. You know, a number of those games we've come away with nothing when we should have come away with a draw here and there and 3 points. But listen, you know, those games are gone now. All we can do is focus on tonight's game and try to put that record straight. But you know, we know we're in for a tough game tonight, and we have to be our best.
And you're still only 1 point from the top 6.
Yes, the league's really tight this year. You know, there's lots of teams probably vying for 2 of the last places in the top 6, I'd say. So, you know, we need to get points on the board and get them quickly as games are running out.
And Jamie Veal and Lee Jenkins return to Aberystwyth. You're a former Aberystwyth manager. What would it mean to take the 3 points this evening?
Listen, every game's the same for me. 3 points matters no matter who you play against. It's always nice coming back and seeing friendly faces. But I'll shake hands after the game and have a pint with them and then go on to the next game next week.
Tony Pennock, diolch yn fawr iawn, pob lwc.
Thank you.
Mike Davies yn holi Tony Pennock. Benwch chi'r penodiad o ran Tony Pennock? Penodiad diddorol gan Holffordd?
Yn sicr, nath neb weld hwnna'n digwydd. Tony Pennock yn gorffen yn Hull. Digon o brofiad ganddo fe. Mae dyfodol, yn credu, mae'n pwyntiad da. Mae profiad gynno fe. A nawr braidd ei ddangos I ddannedd a cael y clwb yma I fyny yn 6-1.
Ni wedi bod yn cymharu tymhore Aberystwyth a Holffordd, edrych ar ble o'n nhw yr adeg ein tymor diwetha. Y record Aberystwyth union rhywun peth. Dwi'n siŵr bod hynny'n gweithio ni, mae Holffordd ychydig yn waith hefyd. A yw hwnna'n syni chi, achos maen nhw wedi buddsoddi, maen nhw wedi cipio cwpl o chreuwyr o Aberystwyth hefyd, maen uchelgais na.
Yn sicr, maen nhw wedi gweud bod nhw eisiau cystadlu yn y 6-1, a maen nhw eisiau cystadlu yn Ewrop. Mae un drws wedi cael yn barod am Ewrop, nhw colli yn y Cwcan Cymru, y penwythnos diwetha, Aberystwyth. Wel, maen nhw wedi bod lawr yn y dyfnderoedd nawr am nifer y dymhore, a os chi'n chwarae gyda tan, chi'n mynd I losgi chi'n yn y diwedd.
Ie, mae'r patrwm na'n ailadrodd un nag yw Tommy, o ran Aberystwyth, a lawr yn y gwylodion man unwaith eto yn cystadlu tymor yma. Bydd Tommy yn sylwebu heno gyda Mike Davies yn Gymraeg. Mae yna sylwebeth yn Saesneg hefyd, a mae da ni reolwr o'r gyngrair, reolwr Pen y Bont, Rhys Griffiths gyda Mark Jones. Nice to see you, gents, commentating tonight. I was just saying, Rhys, great to have you with us tonight on Scorio, next to Jonah as well. What have you made of these two teams so far this season, Rhys? I know you're glad to see them, I'm sure, because Pen y Bont have beaten both of them.
Yeah, we did beat them both, but they were two tough games, and I think they're an honest group. Both managers demand that from their players, and I think they'll probably both feel like they need to win tonight, so no surprise that a lot of people are calling it a draw.
Mark Jones there as well. Jonah, good to see you as
Hello,
usual. We've been talking, well, I've been banging on about all the managerial changes in the summer. 8 out of the 12 clubs by now have changed managers since Abers did it as well. When do you start to settle as a manager when you take over a new team, like both of these managers have done here?
Don't think there is ever a time to settle, Ebsy, in modern day football. Even Liverpool at present, Jurgen Klopp seems to be under a little bit of pressure at the moment. It's a crazy game, football, and it looks like you've got to win to stay in jobs. It's not like it was when the easy days when I was managing, mate.
What sort of manager was he, Rhys, before you go and get ready? You played for him for a bit.
I can't pass comment on that, 'cause he got rid of me and then I won 7 golden boots in a row. So.
Brilliant. Rhys, great to have you with us. We'll have a chat half-time as well. Felly dyna chi, Mark Jones a Rhys Griffiths yn y pwynt sylwebu. Mae Tommy mynd I ymuno gyda Mike Davies lan fyna hefyd ar ôl ni glywed gan reolwr Aberystwyth, Anthony Williams.
Anthony, only 2 points and 2 places separate Aberystwyth and Haverfordwest in the Cymru Premier. It promises to be a closely fought West Wales derby tonight.
You'd expect so. I think it's very tight up to all the 6. I think it's 3 points from there. So we know how we started the season, didn't start particularly well. We've grown into some form, although not picked up as many points as we should have. But the boys are in good spirits. We get into a game, we know a lot about them. I know a lot about the players play for them. A couple of players I've had play me in the past. So we've done all our homework. We're all prepared to go in, and hopefully it'll be a good evening this evening.
You've got 3 wins in 9 games, which is exactly the same record as Antonio Cobizerio had this time last year. Were you expecting a better return?
When I went into the week before the first game of the season, I'm one centre-back and a really small squad that's bring players in. It would have to be a case of learning on the job. I came in eyes wide open. I knew it was going to be this way. It was going to be quite tough early doors. But we've got to a point where we've got players in now, probably 1 or 2 bodies short, if I'm honest with you. But the players we've got in are working better, and probably I changed the style of play after the first couple of games. I think we lost quite a 4 in the spin, I think it was. So I changed the style a little bit more, and it suited us. So probably looking back, if I'd had the players in slightly earlier pre-season, then we could be in a stronger position we're in now.
With 10 goals in 9 games, goal scoring continues to be Aberystwyth's Achilles heel. How do you hope to overcome this tonight?
Well, we'll see. We've scored off lots of different ways, mainly through set pieces, which is a bit, well, strange considering what style we've played lately. But we have threats. We've got lots of threats in there, and hopefully 1 or 2 of them will show tonight.
Anthony Williams, pob lwc heno Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
A dyna ni wedi clywed gan y ddau reolwr cyn y gêm yma ar y goedlan y parc. Dyma gweddill gemer penwythnos fel allwch chi weld, di-sgôr ar hyn o bryd ar yr ofal. Canarfon yn erbyn Flint. Pontypridd gartre yn erbyn y Drenewydd sy'n dechrau'r penwythnos yn y ddau safle gwaelod. Tra fod tîm Rhys Griffiths sydd gyda ni heno, Pen y Bont yn teithio i Ebers sydd ar y gwaelod fori. Ond beth sydd i ddod heno rhwng y ddau glwb yma? Mae yna rhyw fath o gystadleuaeth wedi datblygu rhyngddyn nhw, dim amheuaeth am hynny, wrth i ni weld nhw yn camu i'r cae. Mark Jones a Rhys Griffiths yn sylwebu'n Saesneg, draw ni felly yn Gymraeg, a Tommy Morgan sy wrth ochr Mike Davies.
Good evening and welcome to Park Avenue in Aberystwyth, where the Seasiders entertain Haverfordwest County in the JD Cymru Premier League. After both teams have played 9 games, there are only 2 points between them, with Aber in 10th place in the league and the visitors in 8th. Tony Pennock's Haverfordwest would top after 3 games and will be hoping to get back into form. And Anthony Williams will be hoping for a hat-trick of home wins to see his team leapfrog the visitors. Alongside me this evening, we've bust a budget. We've got the big man in, Rhys Griffiths. Good evening, Rhys. There's this evening's teams. Any special players for you in there?
Oh, look, they've good players throughout. I really like Flint. I think Flint's a good player. And Ryan George as well. Jack Wilson scoring goals, but I think the battle between Veal and Thorne today will be interesting.
Yeah, definitely for me as well. It's interesting to see John Owen back. Like I say, John Owen, 6'3" John Owen. Him and Jenkins, a good battle.
Yeah, well, I speak to Stuart Jones and Antonio Corbusier, who obviously worked with Johnny Owen before, and they speak really highly of him on his day. I think Steph Davis will be a big loss today because he's been a real handful lately, so Johnny's got some big boots to fill. Yeah,
4-3-3 formation. To be honest, Rhys, looking at Haverfordwest as well, I think that's a matchup, won't it be, tonight? 4-3-3, 4-3-3?
Yeah, and it's a change. We're expecting that, and it's a change for Haverfordwest, who normally play a 3 at the back, so it'll be interesting to see how they cope with that. Yeah, like you said, 2 good young fullbacks in Ryan George and young Abruzzi. Good going forward, especially. 2 young whippets, you may say. Yeah, well, Rhys Abruzzi was at Barry, and so we've seen a lot of him, and a really good player. But he's not the biggest, but he's actually really competitive in the air and does well in all aspects of the game.
And the number 6 there for Aberystwyth is inspirational, 21-year-old captain Jack Thorne.
Well, he is. He's the heart of the team, isn't he? And he's a really honest lad. He's perhaps not as creative as Veal, who I mentioned a minute ago, but he will fight until the end. And the other side, most probably, Vealy, more or less like more footballer than grafter like Jack. Well, he's a very creative player. His long passing is very good. It's about picking those right decisions and right options in the right moments of the game. The man in charge, Dave Morgan. David Morgan. And I think we're on for a bit of a bumper Scorio Friday evening here. Should get goals. We got the man who scored plenty, won the Golden Boot 7 times in his career, so let's hope he encourages a few goals tonight. It's Aberystwyth versus Haverfordwest County in the JD Cymru Premier League. Aber looking for 3 wins in a row. I think that's gone under the radar, by the way. Rhys? Yeah, it has, and probably because the league position still doesn't reflect that in a way. But yeah, a good bit of home form there. Jack Wilson is playing on the right wing tonight in a forward line of 3. He'll take his first chance to get forward. George whips it in. Chance comes across the box. Early chance. For me there, he didn't want it enough then. Jordan Davis, that's a 60-40 to him before the tackle's made. I don't know what you think about that. That's half a chance. I'm not sure he quite anticipated the chance as quickly as he perhaps could have, and he probably could have met it full ball there. So are we giving credit to Evans, the fullback? Well, he's done well, but I think Jordan should have got across there a bit quicker. Absolutely, for me. What a start that would have been. It was Rhys Abruzzi with the corner. Stands it up into the 6-yard box. It's a good start for the visitors. But the break's on. Chance here. It's pace. Niall Flint gets it forward. George stays back with him.
Aber have scored a few goals on the break this season. Oh, great ball in. John Owen, I think, didn't read that. He's left it in the end for Charlie Edge. Edge gets it back. Driven across the front, chance! Oh, what a goal! A minute gone, it's Niall Flint. Oh, I think it could be disallowed. It was a great goal. I think the flag's gone up. He hasn't kept it up. The replay is on. I think it has. Superb ball in, Reece.
Excellent ball in, and obviously the keeper's unsighted with the players in front, and also he can't really move because if anyone gets a touch, it's in. So the linesman's got to be sure. It's a great little touch, that.
What a ball in, by the way. Superb ball in from Edge to Flint. But that's very disappointing for Aber, because that would have been one of the Scorio goals of the season, I think, so far. But end-to-end stuff so far. Free kick, no. Play on, says the ref.
I think there might be a couple of goals in this one.
Lee Jenkins at the back, playing against his old team. Jenkins gets it forward. Scotcher, Elliot Scotcher, key to the midfield.
Again, another creative player, nice on the ball. I know Ocean Roberts worked with him when he was a youngster and used to rave about him. So, yeah, good player for them.
Dylan Rees, the skipper of Haverfordwest as well. Great touch from Wilson. Wilson's away from his man again. Wilson, does he put an early great ball across? Wilson looks a threat out on the left-hand side, and I tell you what, Harry Horwood needs to get closer to Wilson.
I think both managers will probably be having heart attacks on the side. The game is very open, and it looks great from here, but for them, they'll be worrying.
Brucey puts it in. John Owen. It's great out ball by Thorne. Jenkins, no messing about this time, just hooks it out. But again, Reece, there's 3 minutes gone in the game, and if it carries on like this, could have a great game in prospect.
But it is very open, and obviously physically as well, it's going to be really tough to keep this up. Wonder whether Thorne will take a long throw here.
Jack Thorne can fire a long throw in, by the way. It looks like he may be attempting one. Yeah, he's taking the run up. Thorne. Owen will be the target. Scotcher marking Owen, which is surprising, or Dylan Rees. In it goes. First headed away. Wasn't the greatest of... wasn't the worst shot, I was trying to say. Took it well on the half volley.
Yeah, well, 2 chances, one either... Sorry, for both teams so far, at either end, so... What are we in, 3-4 minutes and 2 chances for both sides?
It's not a bad effort from Ewan Lewis. He took it on the half volley.
No, he just needed to try and get over it a bit more, didn't he? And a very difficult thing to do when the ball's on the rise.
But yet again, a chance. So both teams showing their enterprise. Both teams not looking rock solid in defence, Reece.
No, and I think Haverfordwest being the away team might want to be the ones that tighten up a little bit at the back, perhaps, but... Newtown 1-0 up against Pontypridd.
Newtown take a 1-0 lead at Pontypridd, and it's Louis Robles who got a brace on Saturday against Cardiff Corries in the Welsh Cup. Carries on his scoring form.
Yeah, again, Ponty are doing well at the moment, so it'd be a big win for Newtown if they can get that.
Are they in a false position? Second from bottom, Newtown?
Well, I think it's really tight at the moment. I don't expect them to be there at the end.
No,
certainly not.
No, me. Jenkins. Brucey. Dylan Rees. Just settling down a bit, Rees. It took 5 minutes to settle down. I think we'll have a breather for a minute or two. Jenkins. Would you play Jenkins as a right-sided centre-back or left-sided centre-back?
Well, you can see already that Aberystwyth are letting Jenkins have it because he's right-footed on the left. So whether Dylan Rees will do a better job on that side, I don't know. But certainly that's somewhere for Aber to target. What they need to do is make sure that Jenkins can't switch the ball like he did a minute ago. Yeah,
because he has the ability to do it. Henry Jones was stood behind one of the camera shots then. Seems to be up for a long time again. Jones, Evans with the throw. Jenkins wins a double header. Edge and Flint have plenty of pace wide, by the way. And that's decent stuff again from John Evans at the back. I think he's a bit of a makeshift right back this evening. There's Lewis Webb, who is impressing a few people this season between the sticks for Aber. That is one hell of a kick, Reece.
Yeah, he does kick the ball really far. He's one of a few keepers in the league now who can really get some distance, and his shot stopping, as we've seen, is also very good.
Yeah, it is another game this evening as well. Caernarfon entertain Flint. All big games. There's a couple of big games tomorrow as well. One of the very big games is Airbus looking for their first win of the season. I won't say that again. Against Penabont. In it comes. Headed clear. Will it go for the corner? No, stays in play. Chance again. Save. Field gets the shot off. And Jones makes the save.
Again, the Aber player just reacts quicker there when the ball drops down, and perhaps the defender there needs to be ready for that to drop.
Must. There's got to be goals in this. Wilson started, like I said, really well out wide. Would you encourage your midfielders, your right midfield and your centre forward, to try and leave Wilson one-on-one with the fullback and don't fill the area too much?
Well, he's very good one-on-one, but he seems to ghost into goal-scoring positions really well off that wing, even at wing-back, so he is a goal threat, and probably, I would say, their biggest goal threat.
Duggan is playing at top tonight. Elliot Duggan, his first start for the Haverfordwest Bluebirds. Free kick will be given there by Dave Morgan against Elliot Scotcher for the foul on Harry Anderson.
Yeah, definite foul.
I think it was on Harry Horwood, by the way, not Harry Anderson. I'm sorry. Lewis Webb, ex-Cardiff, Newport, Merthyr, Chepstow, Swansea, Shelbourne, 2 Wales under-21 caps, 8 clubs at under-21. He's really trying hard to make his way in the game. You've got to give the boy some credit already.
Yeah, one of our coaches, Lee Jarman, has coached him. He's coached everyone, actually, but he's coached him and said that he always had potential, and he's certainly starting to show that now.
And, of course, this league is a great help to young professionals who've been turned away from a professional game, trying to get back into the game.
Well, it is a route back in, but also for these lone players, sometimes, if they make the grade, it can be a great experience finder for them. The big question is, will they make the grade?
There's that diag again you were talking about, Jenkins, and he puts a great ball in behind again. So they are letting him get it on his foot, and it's didn't quite hear the whistle again. Jamie Veal is asking Dave Morgan what for. Louis Bradford was bundled over by Duggan by the look of it. But that diag caused problems again, Reece. Jenkins cutting inside on his right foot.
Yeah, and obviously Wilson was looking for it, but it seemed to stay quite central, and then Duggan looks like a bit of a handful, doesn't he?
Webb. Dylan Reese will be favourite there. Reese heads away. Ricky Watts hooks on. Wilson. Back to Ryan George. The game just cooled down a little after that hectic first 5 minutes. Evans hooks clear. Beautiful evening, Reece, in Aberystwyth tonight. We had a drop of rain just before the kick-off, which most probably helps the speed of the pitch.
Yeah, these 3Gs are definitely better when there's a bit of water in them, definitely.
Almost played in there by Ewan Lewis. Great ball, almost a great ball in there from Jack Thorne. They're getting the ball forward very quick, Aber, I've noticed. They don't look like they're passing. In fact, saying that, after 10 minutes, both teams are getting the ball forward very quickly, as proved again.
Yeah, I think because it was so hectic at the start, both are saying, let's turn them. Obviously, they feel they can get joy in behind defences, but also trying to win the battle of territory as well.
Yeah, that's more like it from Harry Horwood. That's tremendous play. A little bit of afters there between John Owen and Dylan Reese. The big man Jenkins gets it back to his goalkeeper, Zach Jones. Yeah, just an outstretched arm. I'm sure you'd stick up for the centre forward there, Rhys. I could remember a few outstretched arms from you over the years.
Yeah, I was just going to say I didn't see a lot more of that.
Davis, Jordan Davis, top scorer this season so far for Haverfordwest. Rhys looking for the run inside, great ball inside, but again, it's a good collect. Webb launches it down the middle. Owen, she's got to make some sort of contact on that. Owen Jenkins hooks it out because he got a little bit of a touch on it. Didn't want to see the ball run out for the corner.
Yeah, good pressure there. I think it was Flint and Johnny Owen doing well. You know, if nobody wins the ball, that's a win for the centre forward, definitely.
10th in the table, played 9, won 3, drawn and lost 6. Aber, for me, with the cards he was dealt at the start of the season, he hasn't had the worst start.
No, definitely not. I think it's
you know as much as anybody because you're in a management game and you know what's going on in this league. He arrived late on the scene, didn't he? Start the season.
Yeah, both managers did actually, and they're both doing good jobs under those circumstances.
I'd have to agree. Flick in, hooked away by Scotcher. Back into the mix. A goalkeeper should collect. Jones, Zach Jones. Scotcher loves to get on the ball from the goalkeeper. Well, if there's any tactic being used, it's just anyone from Haverfordwest are getting that ball forward early and just trying to get in behind that line of 4 at the back. Thorne. Great ball out from Thorne. Edge. Lewis. Will he take Abruzzi on Lewis? Great block from Abruzzi. Good full-back play. That's why you want to see your full-backs doing. Not enough of that now. Rhys stopped the cross. Vital.
Yeah, he stuck with him, didn't he? And I think it's gone out for a throw-in, although, again, another long throw. Both teams have got a long throw, so I'm expecting a lot of balls to be going into the box.
Louis Bradford makes his way forward, as does Sam Litchfield. Don't think, Rhys, there's much between these teams already. We've only been watching the game for 14 minutes. Thorne headed for a corner. It was either Jenkins or Duggan won the header. It looks like Duggan. The camera's panned on him. He might be disappointed to head it behind for a corner. It's Greg Draper in disguise.
Greg was never back defender. I think Aber will be a bit happier than Haverfordwest, the way the game's panned out at the moment. Probably Haverfordwest would look to get the ball down to play a little bit more than they are at the moment, maybe.
Yeah, would that be the change of system? When they play the 5 at the back, they love to get it down, don't they, and bring their full-backs in as much as they can. Charlie Edge with the corner. He'll swing it in, left-footed, Edge. Decent header away from Duggan again. He's done the job. Scotcher and Duggan completes the clearance. Chance here, Jordan Davis. You get a chance to run at Evans and Horwood. Great ball across. It's a good run back. Tremendous run back, that is. Harry Anderson. I think he was only in the opposition 18-yard box a couple of seconds ago, so that's great tracking back. Wilson should get the free kick. Referee says play on. It's an interesting one. George loves to take players on. Does it. Tries to get the cross in. Hooked away. Veal. And the captain, Bradford, is going absolutely berserk with the referee there. Why didn't you give us the free kick? Set up, boys. Don't argue for too long. The corner's been given.
Yeah, that's right. I think he was complaining about something that happened a little bit before that.
Danger man here, Jenkins.
Yeah, he's got a good leap on him, and I suppose the key is to stop him running.
Well,
within the rules, that is, of course.
Of course, they should know about him. He played over 70 games for Aberystwyth. in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Haverfordwest County supporters, great to see on a lovely Friday evening. Not too long the trip this evening. Abruzzi whips it across the front. Again, first headed away. I think it was by Thorne. Watts, Ricky Watts. Diag looking for Jenkins. Jenkins goes up. Arneson gets a tackle in. Again, just a little bit of afters there. Dylan Rees and Harry Arneson.
A little bit reckless from Jenkins there, but definite foul in the end.
Yeah, what I'm glad to see, Rees, I don't know about you then, is that Harry Arneson didn't go to ground like so many players do now in the modern day. Yeah, Jenkins have caught him, but he's just got on with it. He could have gone to ground and made a song and a dance about that.
I don't think you see a lot of that in the Welsh Prem, or the Cymru Premier, I should say. Hopefully that remains the case.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Two home wins in a row. It's not bad for Aberystwyth. The head-to-head last season, Aber won 2, Haverfordwest 1, and there was a draw between them. They finished the season really strongly under Antonio Corbacero's reign, and there was a big surprise to see a change.
Yeah, I think there was conversations behind the scenes, and Antonio just felt that it wasn't right for him to stay in charge, and certainly the team last year gave him everything.
Absolutely, they did give him everything. Remember the last game of the season when, unfortunately for Barry Town, they were relegated, and his team 120% on the day. Andy Morrison was doing the commentating with me that afternoon and couldn't believe the effort they were putting in.
I think that's testament to Antonio and his team spirit he got out of them, and to be fair to Anthony, now he's come in and seems to have kept that going.
Webb. Owen wins the header this time. They want the long throw. He gets the long throw. So Thorne will make his way across. Decent run there from Charlie Edge. Ex-Colchester player Edge. There's Jenkins. Spent 3 or 4 years on the touchline with Christian Edwards and Ryan Jenkins at Cardiff Met, who also have a big game tomorrow. They're away to the Nomads. Disappointing result for them last week, getting knocked out of the Welsh Cup, but a fantastic result for Pill AFC. Well done, Pill. Thorne fires it in, headed away, superb headed away. Corner. Scotcher is almost winning all the aerial duels in there at the moment.
Is that Edge again?
Yeah, Charlie Edge.
Winning the corner, and if they keep winning set pieces, doesn't matter how organised you are, eventually something's going to fall for you.
Yeah, it's a young goalkeeper in it as well. Zach Jones. I don't think he's any 6'3" or 4" material as yet. Corner in, across the front. Great headed away, Ricky Watts. Plenty of bodies all around the near post.
All the corners so far seem to be going
near post.
Near post, and obviously they're being overloaded. Perhaps it's time for a change-up.
Watts does a great job there, by the way, in front. Doesn't let it go past him and heads it out, but it's a second corner within a minute. Niall Flint, the dead ball king of Aberystwyth, by the look of it. Again, is headed away. Gets a second chance to put it in. Flint, far post this time. Jenkins gets the header.
Another one. Important to have for West weather this storm now.
Yeah, you could see Elliot Scotcher there with his experience, just rallying the troops in there, saying, come on, boys, we need to get out here. First goal vital in such a tight game. Edge goes across. .21 minutes on the clock in the JD Cymru Premier League. Aberystwyth 0, Haverfordwest 0. That will be Edge's 6th corner of the game, I think, already in the 21 minutes. You want some results from these, Reece, like you said. I know they're piling up, but haven't really caused the keeper any problems from them yet.
No, the nature of the...
And the 7th one.
The nature of the corners mean that they're going back out for more set pieces, but they're very difficult to score off. Someone maybe looping around the back there, they might be able to get onto that.
There's Louis Bradford jogging back, still on loan from TNS. And Zach Jones. Friday evening out watching Aberystwyth. Wonderful. Abruzzi. With that long ball again, looking for Duggan. Bradford's dealt with it well so far. Veal trying to pick up seconds. Arneson guides it out of play. Well, if anything, Reece, the first 5 or 6 minutes were frantic, but end-to-end stuff, it's just gone off the boil a little bit, if we're being honest.
Yeah, and in situations like that, I think Arneson needs to carry the ball a little bit, maybe draw someone before passing it. Trying to go forward too early, I would say.
"12 players left Aber in the summer, which is a big loss from the club. They've been replaced. Owen against Jenkins, said could be a key battle. Wilson sees the ball again. Hall would be pleased to win the tackle there on the halfway line. It's more like it from the fullback, get tighter, otherwise Wilson is the type of player who gets it in behind you.
They've been waiting for that opportunity, and then his touch let him down, unfortunately.
Jack Wilson, do you see him finishing as a striker?
Possibly. I think he's one of those players
I think so.
Who might move around a lot during his career.
If he can, his heading ability can be improved, and his hold-up play, I think he's got a lot for up top.
A lot will depend on which manager you end up with for a long time, I suppose.
Scotcher misguides the pass this time.
Just a little bit of quality lacking at the moment. Especially from someone like Scotcher, who is a really good passer of the ball.
Like I said, couple of big games this evening. Kind of haven't entertained Flint. Recent, I think Fowler's done a good job at Flint. He was dealt a couple of late cards as well towards... Oh, chance! Big chance. Arneson's gone through. One-on-one Arneson. 1-0 Arneson. 1-0 Aber. He's opened the scoring after 24 minutes. A mistake in the defence. Pounced upon it quickly. One-on-one against Jones. It's the back of the net. Aber 1, Haverfordwest 0.
Well, it's an opportunity to clear the ball there. I'm not sure who it was, but definitely should have cleared that. Lee Jenkins, perhaps, and it wasn't a difficult ball to clear, and he'll be very disappointed with that. But I have to say as well, cool finish by Arneson.
Yeah, he's just hoofed it, and he's missed the hoof. Arneson's picked it up, and that is as cool as you like. We've seen plenty of goals in midweek. Premier League, Champions League, one-on-ones. That's as good as anything you've seen all week. Couple of touches, back of the net.
Yeah, it looked like he never looked like he was going to miss, did he? It's easy to say that in hindsight, but he went through, took the touches and just slotted coolly. And I think, again, Jenkins missed that ball with his left foot.
Wrong side.
Yeah, perhaps.
Playing on the wrong side. It's a bad mistake from Jenkins. He'll understand that. You know, there's big thoughts for a big future for Jenks. You'll have to put that behind him. His team are in a battle now. And Aberystwyth, again, are ahead at home.
Perhaps behind missing a penalty, that is probably the worst feeling in football, when you make an error like that, which happens, unfortunately, to everyone.
Still, we'll take another look, obviously, later on, as with the camera panning on Jenkins. Yeah, you can't hide when you're on live games. It's almost like Trent Alexander at Liverpool when he was playing the last couple of weeks. Every mistake seemed to be panned at him on the cameras on the television. He's only 21, plenty of time yet. Still has big future in this league, that lad. Webb. So early in the game, Reece, but after 25 minutes, if Aber were to get a second now, that would be a game changer, big game changer now.
Well, it would, and probably most concerning for Tony Pennock is that the game is probably being played in the manner that Aber would want, and perhaps that's something he needs to look to change. For Jenkins now, it's about how does he react for the rest of the game. It's important that he turns what at the moment is a difficult game into a good one.
He's coming out and he's cleared it then again with his left foot. By the way, Reece, Arneson, which I don't know a lot about, other than the fact that he's a good player and he's played in the Sunshine Coast. That was his last team. But he's made 2 defensive headers away from corners. I think he's blocked a couple, made a couple of good passes, and he's finished that well. So he has started his first 25 minutes very well.
But he's been box to box, and he's just should have given away 2 fouls in a row there. The ref decided to give the third one.
Jenkins, confident enough to have the ball again. Abruzzi. Davis, Jordan Davis can beat players easy. That's a free kick. Definitely, maybe the first yellow. Evans wouldn't want to see a yellow because he started really well. He gets the yellow.
Yeah, that's disappointing, really. I think he probably got beat a bit easy there. Johnny's been in this league for quite a long time and perhaps hasn't held down a place. He's been asked to play right back today, and he thinks he's going to get the ball, and ultimately he doesn't.
I tell you why, Reece, like you said, if you're deputising as a right back and you've got a yellow with an hour and 3 minutes to go, it spells danger.
Well, some people say that full-back's the easiest position to play. You can see the whole pitch, but when someone's running at you like that, I wouldn't fancy it.
Veal whips it across the front. Chance! Oh, it's a free header from Davis on the far post. Guides it wide of the other post. Great ball in from Veal. Flashed across Jenkins. Jordan Davis on the far post with the header.
Yeah, look, a lot of people say go back across goal. I always used to think the best thing to do is go to the quickest route to goal. And I would have probably looked to head it straight towards the front post there, but obviously if it goes in, it's not an issue.
It's a massive chance, Reece.
It's a gilt-edged chance, definitely.
Gilt-edged chance. Jordan Davis. It's been amongst the goals so far this season for Haverfordwest. Tony Pennock at the beginning interview with Dylan Ebenezer talking about chances missed. Chances missed.
I think he was saying in the last game in the Cup, they put 50 balls into the opponent's
50 balls.
Of course, Fawcett is injured, and Fawcett is a threat.
I'm sure Fawcett could be brought on the second half. But Reece, there's almost a half hour on the clock, 28 and a half minutes. Personally, myself, I've been impressed by Aberystwyth, the way they've started this game.
Yeah, they're playing the game in an old-fashioned non-league style, aren't they? Getting the ball forward, big men causing problems, runners, and looking for set pieces, and so far it's working.
Thorne bends his run again. Looking inside on a corner again. The pressure is just being built up. I think you did say it earlier on, it doesn't matter. If you keep getting corners, if you keep getting crosses in, something will happen.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you're defending a long throw. It's a free header. You've got to keep that from a corner for me.
John Owen, 150 games as a centre forward, 30 goals. Not the greatest strike rate. Decent player. Love to see him get a few goals this season. Has a lot of bad luck with injury as well.
He's got a bit of everything. There's nothing he can't really do. Just needs to put it all together on a more consistent basis, probably.
Corner in. Decent one in. Again. Headed away. It's another corner. Bundled away this time by Duggan. Elliot Duggan puts it behind.
I think Tony Pennock could be a bit frustrated.
Yeah, definitely. Niall Flint this time with the corner. He'll bend this one under the bar, supposedly. And there it is. Seconds. Who reacts first to seconds? Bradford. Bradford is a decent penalty box player at the other end. He usually gets goals, Bradford. Jenkins makes the tackle. Who's the leaders now? Haverfordwest when you need them. Just look in there. Big man with the centre-back. Start talking, bossing people around in the area.
Yeah, well, Dylan Reese is obviously the captain and an experienced player now and a good player, so I'd expect Dylan to pull them all together.
Thorne. Check the stats. I think it would have been about 8 corners and 8 long throws. They really have put pressure on.
He tried, I would say.
Yes. Hooked away. Headed back in by Horwood. Flint. Oh, the first part of the trick was great as Charlie Edge, in fact. 2 lefts, 1 right. Stick to the left, Charlie.
He just beat my keep-up record. I was just thinking now that Haverfordwest have changed shape, and if they fancy themselves to be the better side, I understand why they've changed after some defeats, but if they fancy themselves as the better side, those match-up in shapes of formations are where they can win the game.
Should do. If you're the better side, if you're on the man-to-man, 4-3-3, 4-3-3 with their second best so far.
They can cancel themselves out in it when the shapes are the same, but if they can perhaps go wing back against full back, who can get behind who? And normally the team with the most possession will do that the most times.
Reese, Ricky Watts. Watts playing in midfield tonight, started his career and played a lot of games at right back, but there's that sort of attitude that Aberystwyth have shown on the evening. 2 men making the block. Bradford actually gets the block in.
Long throw for Haverfordwest this time.
Yeah, Jack Wilson will bomb a long throw in. Jenkins will go forward. Dylan Reese forward as well. Wilson fires the throw in. Bradford, free header. Arneson got there first. Scotcher, good pressure as well from Ewan Lewis. Dylan Reese. Veal should tee it up and get the diagonal in. Veal, yeah, they're working hard up to block things. Veal again, stands it to the far post this time. Goalkeeper stays. Jenkins gets the header. Surely goalkeeper should have come and collected that one. It was up there for ages.
Yeah, possibly, and then the defender probably should have cleared it as well. So at the moment the clearances aren't perhaps as good as they could be. The ball is in the air quite a long time,
and that's in the 3 yards from the line, by the way. They got away with it. Evans with the miss hit. Litchfield put it behind, but it's a corner. Veal to take the corner. Jordan Davis comes for the short. Hits it across the front. Chance again. That ball is flashing around in the air. They just needed somebody to connect. It's a brilliant corner. It's 3 yards from goal, as flat as a pancake. Really hard to deal with.
What they've done, they've done some dummy runs at the front post to create some space, and then just didn't drop there for, is it Scotcher?
It's Duggan, I think. It's Elliot Duggan, number 30. There he is. 30, centre forward. And you're not going to get many better headers and corners than that flashed across your head, Reese.
No. I think go back to that ball that you said that the keeper should have come for. Am I right in saying that he didn't? He came for one the other day and they conceded from it, so perhaps that's in the back of his mind.
Yeah, young keeper making his way, absolutely. Head-to-heads between these two. Played 46 games. Aberystwyth have won 22. Haverfordwest 14 and 10 draws. Long throw again. I thought he was going to be a tired man by the end of the evening. It's Jack Thorne, by the way. Jenkins heads it out for a corner. Check the stat man, I think, Greece at the half-time, and ask if we broke the record for corners for one team in a 45-minute spell. Couldn't be many more than this.
Yeah, they've had an awful lot. They need to score from one of them, I think.
Flint, back post this time, chance. Goalkeeper does well, Jones. Punch is clear. Arneson challenging Davis. Davis.
He's all action, Arneson, isn't he?
Yeah, very good. I'm very impressed by him. Perhaps you better give your Australian scout a bit of a ring, Reece. How Aberystwyth got him before you on the south coast.
Yeah, I'll be having a word with him. Well done from the keeper there.
Yeah, excellent from Zach Jones.
Makes such a difference to your team when your keeper comes and does that.
Oh, vital. Just watching games as well, commentating games every week. If you've got a goalkeeper who's not a liner and wins 50% of them balls put in that 6-yard box, it's a massive difference. Difference between Football League goalkeepers, maybe?
Well,
being able to come and claim.
The one thing is the size of them. They tend to be massive in my experience, and often the skill level's the same.
Arneson again. That's a great ball from him. John Owen. Will Owen drive in across Dylan Reese, or just elect to get another corner? It's not the greatest of crosses, but it caused a bit of problems. Scotcher. Chance to put it in. Thorne. So all pressure from Aberystwyth. They've penned Haverfordwest in the last quarter of an hour. Forward. Gets it wrong this time.
You have to take your hat off to them, you know. Sometimes you go 1-0 up and you sit back and invite a bit of pressure. They're the team on the front foot still.
Abruzzi put into the stand by Sam Litchfield, ex-TNS and Newtown, plenty of experience. 29-year-old Sam Litchfield. Here's Jordan Davis. I think that flag has just caught our cameraman out there. The Bluebirds, 36 minutes on the clock, are 1-0 behind. Jack Wilson will fire this long throw in, looking to get the equaliser. No more news, Reece, from Pontypridd, so that for me makes it 1-0 half time to Newtown.
Yeah, they'll be pleased with that, obviously, and it's going to prove a difficult place to go. I think Pontypridd, we played them a few weeks ago. It's a tough game.
Veal. Wilson. Started so well the game, Wilson. Abruzzi gets the ball across. It's into a good area.
It is, but I just felt he could have done one more pass on the outside. I felt like they had a 3v2 wide. One pass, he would have taken someone out of the game. It's a good ball in.
I understand what you're saying, but yeah, but from my point of view, Abruzzi could say, come on lads, that's in there, it's in a great area, where are you? And that's what Pennock was most probably talking about when he spoke to us before the game, about balls going into the box. You've got to get 9s, 10s, 11s on the end of them.
You do, but I think sometimes, as a forward, I wouldn't have anticipated that cross, perhaps. So maybe we could have gone for a better area. But yeah, certainly it was a good ball in. Different wavelengths.
Jenkins with a smile on his face. Oh, great spin, John Owen. Anderson, chance here, could be didn't get the shot off. Half a chance for Charlie Edge, but he couldn't get the shot off. Tackle in the box, referee. Be worth another look. Anderson again in the thick of the action. He's asking the referee why not.
But the ref was going to give a free kick the other way then. So I couldn't understand what the ref was thinking there.
Anderson on the ball. Slipped. Dragged his foot back and slipped. Well done, referee. David Morgan. I don't think we needed Scorio's VAR for the evening. Rhys Griffiths to give us an opinion on that one. Litchfield. Owen. Ball starting to stick a bit more to Owen now, which is important. Two fullbacks, young fullbacks, especially on the far side. Ryan George maybe need to get a bit tighter for Charlie Edge. He's having a pretty decent influence on the game now, Edge. He's seen a lot of the ball as well out there.
We've got 5.5 minutes left of this half, and if something doesn't change, I expect them to go to 3 at the back second half, and then try and force Edge and Flint back.
And they are. It's a great question to ask you, you being a current manager in the Cymru Premier League. Are you happy if you're Jenkins going in at 1-0? Or maybe with all the possession you've had, have you been worth 2?
Yeah, I think they definitely feel like they should have got a second goal. Like you said, a world record for set pieces against.
Here's another one, Reece. It's gone short this time while we were talking about it. I think that's out of play. No. Chance for Thorne to put it in. Puts it in left-footed. Swap feet. Watts. Great tackle again by Thorne. But it wasn't Thorne, in fact, it was Ewan Lewis. It's a great tackle as well. That's where you want underrated tackles like this. In the mixer. Win them for your team. Stop the flow of the attack.
Yeah, there's no nonsense, wasn't it?
Abruzzi tries to get it in. Jenkins. Most probably would have been better heading it. Maybe could be a card, or will Mr. Morgan see he's just misjudged the tackle. As per usual, players running after the referee, asking him, why not, why not, why not? As a word, no flag, I don't think. You're in the dugout now, manager of ABBA. Do you want a yellow?
I don't think it's a foul.
Well,
I think he takes the ball. I don't think it was dangerous.
I'm glad you haven't taken up your refereeing certificate to then, Reece. Stick the manager in, son, because that was easily a foul. Harry Horwood, Ryan George gets away with that one, but it's another set play for Aberystwyth, who have been nothing but marvellous in the first 45 minutes. How important would it be to him, Reece, to go above the Bluebirds after 10 games? Well, that's tremendous play from Flint. Flint, back post, where is the forward there? Good clearance by Wilson, he couldn't take any chances. Yeah, Dylan Reese is giving the wide men a lot of stick there for not stopping crosses again.
Excellent bit of play for Flint. I think Haverfordwest there, they could have nicked that and actually counter-attacked. Great ball across. To be fair, that maybe the winger could have got across his man. But Haverfordwest could have countered there, and all these set pieces are actually an opportunity for them to counter as well if they can clear them properly.
Just haven't been on form though, Reece, have they? Not at all, let's be honest about it. Out of 10, what sort of marks would you give them for the first period? I don't think we're getting anywhere near 6 or 7. Ball, right across. Free kick given against Aber. Like you said, Tony has a big job now going in at half-time. I don't think he'll... after last week's Cup defeat as well, I think he'll go in and have a real stern word with them and say, come on lads, you're good players, show me, I need you now.
Yeah, I played under Tony and he's not the type to sort of shout and ball, but you know, when it's due he probably will do it, and maybe it is today. That was another example of where they could have cleared the ball and it's gone out for another set piece.
Jenkins, Reece, Dylan Reece, John Owen leading a sort of half press from Aberystwyth. Bradford is a pretty decent centre-half, you know, in this league. Chance for the through ball from Thorne, just gets it wrong. Jenkins a look to get Ryan George in on the right-hand side.
I think Haverfordwest just need to have a spell of possession now until half-time.
Yeah, because this is very unlike Haverfordwest. As you were saying, they've played passing football all season. They've gone to 4-3-3 and just tried to get it forward quick. Evans, that's poor, that's very disappointing. Jordan Davis, he's a better player than that. He could drive inside or outside. He opted to take the cross early, and it wasn't the greatest of crosses.
Yeah, and obviously his man's again on the yellow as well, so if he maybe drives at him a bit more there, who knows what could have happened. That would have, a red at this stage would totally flip the game, wouldn't it?
Look at them faces in there. They know they're behind, but long way to go in this game. Pennock has all the experience, of course. Ex-Hull City, Wales versus New Zealand. Sunday, 3 o'clock. Tough game for the ladies there, Reece. When you play the All Blacks with the egg, it's always a hard game.
Yeah, I wouldn't fancy getting involved in that.
Someone's down over there, and he looks flat out as well. I think it's Duggan, the centre forward. We'll see.
A knee in the back, perhaps.
Yeah, I think he's just leaned all over him. Bradford, I think, has leaned over the top of him. Duggan's gone to ground. He does look hurt there, by the way. Just on, or a minute before half-time. Reece, the league, now we got a little bit of a break. We're bound to ask you, no pressure, of course, but Pencoed season so far.
Well, you know, we've had, I keep saying it, but we've had a lot of injuries, and to be where we are in the table, opportunity to go second tomorrow if we can manage to get 3 points is really pleasing, and we are getting players back, but we're still losing 1 or 2 as well. So the numbers are staying the same, but different players are playing. But the boys are doing really well. I've got such an honest group there, and
great.
We're well prepared for tomorrow.
Great answer as well. One question I wanted to ask you, because tell me about the just before half-time again. These 3 Gs, Reece, are you getting more hamstring injuries than when there was 12 grass pitches?
Well, we are, but whether that's the stats across football in general, I don't know, but certainly we are. But it makes coaching so much easier. Obviously, financially, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, it's a must.
It is a must.
It's a must for our league, definitely. With 46 minutes on the clock, Dave Morgan was about to most probably blow that whistle in the next 10 or 15 seconds. It's a 1-0 lead for Aberystwyth. So for me, the man of the first half, Harry Anderson has got the goal. and Aberystwyth are well worthy of their 1-0 lead so far. Forward. Edge. Lewis, who's done well again in midfield. Last chance. What an important throw this could be. Dylan Rees shakes his head.
Take as much time as they can here and make sure it's the last act of the half.
Yeah, you talk about key moments in the game, and just this long throw could be a massive key moment in this game. It's bombed in by Thorne. First header is vital. It's headed away by Rees. It's knocked back in. It's a great block. Long distance shot or break. Davis. Referee blows the final whistle for the first 40 minutes. Harry Anderson's goal gives the home team a 1-0 lead at half-time. Myself and Rhys Griffiths look forward to rejoining you in the second half.
I Mike ar tîm cartre. Ddigon hapus ar ôl y hanner cyntaf yna. Byddech chi'n tybio, un i ddim fan hyn. A sgôr y dre newydd yn drawiadol, tair i ddim Pontypridd, 2 Louis Robles, Aaron Williams o'r Smotyn, 10fed o'r tymor i Aaron Williams, ym mhob cystadleuaeth. Erbyn hyn, a ni'n dechrau poeni am y dre newydd ar ddechrau'r noson, lawr yn y ddau waelod, Pontypridd yn y ddau waelod, lawr ar y drail. Y dre newydd, hynny yw. Cwpan Cymru oedd yn cael yn sylw ni penwythnos diwetha, gan bod ni yng Ngheredigion, ni'n mynd i edrych yn ôl ar un o'r gemau, lawr y lôn o Aberystwyth, neu lan y lôn, ti'r Gogledd ni weid, Bow Street, yn nhw gartre yn erbyn Bai Colwyn, oedd Nicky John draw na, a jyst drychwch ar y bwyd ar ddechrau'r eitem yma, dwi eisiau bwyd nawr, gwylio'ch hyn.
Rwan, dwi'n gwylio pêl-droed bob dydd Sadwrn bron iawn, ond nid yn aml iawn dwi wedi dod o hyd i barbeciw anferth ar ochr y cae fel hyn, ganol mis Hydref. Ond dyna llamant Cwpan Cymru, ynde? A ddech chi eisiau sod coch efo hwnna? Ar ôl trechu Bangor yn y rown gyntaf, mae Bow Street yn croesawu un arall o dîmau mawr arfordir y gogledd yn yr ail rown, wrth i Bai Colwyn a'i cefnogwyr deithio i Geredigion.
Mae'n achlysur mawr i fod yn adeiladu lan yn un i'r tair wrthnos. Ys i fawr Bangor, mae o flaen dorf mawr arall, a gêm anhygol 6-5. Ond mae'n achlysur arbennig, mae'n lyflu fod pobl y pentre, pob yr ardal i gyd i troi mas. A mae'n gêm dda hefyd. Pentre fach i ni fan hyn. Ond mae'n cynnal achlysur o fan hyn, yn rhywbeth arbennig iawn i'r ardal. Mae Bai Colwyn yn glwb enfawr, mae'n newydd yn ôl i War yng Nghymru, a mae'n croeso mawr yn oedd yn ôl. A dwi'n siŵr bydd y nesaf yn war yn y gyngrair ucha, so a bydden nhw'n llawn heiddi hynny. A maen nhw'n bobl gret i fydd, war y teg.
Pa mor gyffroes ydy o gweld tîm fel Bai Colwyn yn dod i lawr yma, efo'r holl gefnogwyr yma?
Mae'n braf weld y lle'n llawn. Dyn ni'n cael torfeydd fel un fel arfer, heblaw. Mi oedd yna dipyn yma yn y rown cyn hynda yn erbyn Bangor. Yna dipyn fwy yma wythnos hyn. Ond mae'n gret i ni, wrth gwrs, bod ni'n gallu rhoi y math yma safon o bêl-droed ymlaen mewn pentre fachledig fel Bow Street. Mae hon ydy'r gêm fawr i ni. Byddai'n gallu curo Bai Colwyn heddiw yn dipyn o gamp. A fel cardi o Geredigion, mae'r arian sy'n dod efo ennill yn dda iawn hefyd.
Byddwch yn onest, oeddech chi'n disgwyl mynd ar y blaen?
Personol falle na, ond mae tîm digon da efo ni, mae'n digon cyflymdra lan top efo ni, boes profiadol hefyd, so dyn ni'n y gêm ma'n sicr.
Mae Bow Street wedi dechrau'n da, ac gyda ni bob fydd yn dyn nhw i ddeud y gwir.
Dal ymlaen tan hanner amser rwan fydd y gamp.
Ie, dwi'n credu bydd yna'n dipyn o gamp ac yn plesio.
Ni'n mynd disgwyl yn y gweud y gwir, ond nes i weld gymaint o bobl yma i gweud y gwir. Gymaint yma erioed. Wedi bod rhan o'r clwb ys blynydde maith. A wy'n helpu mas nawr. Wedi bod at chwaraewr dros y blynydde. A jyst neis nawr, wy'n helpu mas a rhoi rhywbeth nôl i'r clwb a'r cymuned. Gobeithio nawr. Os gen i'r win, gallwn ni dathlu heno hefyd.
A fydd na dathlu hefo mwy na just burgers heno yma?
Ie, siwr o od. Bach o ifed falle. Yn lle byta.
O safbwynt cefnogwyr bai Colwyn, faint ydych chi'n mwynhau pnawn yma?
Ja, wrth yn bodd i fod yma, mae'n neis cael dod i faes gwahanol, i chwarae tîm gwahanol. Ac oedden ni'n gwybod bod ni'n mynd i gael gêm go galad ganddyn nhw, maen nhw'n llawn hyder, a mae wedi gallu.
Ydych chi wedi dod o dipyn o sŵn yma i'r pentre hynny yma fe?
Do, da ni'n tegau bach o bwrw. Dwi'n bod pawb yn bahafio, ond pawb yn hapus wedyn. Un bach arall, jyst yn tawelu pethau.
Ac fe ddaeth y cyfle hwnnw i setlo'r nerfa ychydig funudau'n ddiweddarach. Yna, y munud ola'r gêm, roedd y blinder yng nghoes y rhai o chwaraewyr Bow Street yn amlwg. Mae Colwyn yn ennill o 4-1. Wel, yn anffodus, dydy ddim i fod pnawn yma yn y diwedd.
Chwarae teg i Bai Colwyn o'n tîm gorau fi wedi gweld ar y cae yn gyfnod i yma, i gymryd tîm arbennig ydda, pob hwyl i nhw yn gweddill y tymor, a gobeithio newn ni weld nhw yn uchel y fanner Cymru Premier yn gofod.
Amlyn, pa mor siomedig ydych chi? Nethych chi roi gêm iddyn nhw chwarae teg?
O'n nhw'n well tîm ni, bod yn hollol onest. Maen nhw'n agos i fod yn broffesiynol i gymaru ni boes o'r pentre. Ond mae'r boes mewn yna, maen nhw wedi blino lan. Maen nhw wedi rhoi i gorau a war y teg i ni'n brod iawn ohonyn nhw. Mae wedi bod yn diwrnod arbennig gyda'r dorf ma welys di edrych ni, mae wedi bod yn wych. A fyddwn ni'n cofio hwn am blynydde.
Diolch yn fawr iawn am y croeso yn Bow Street, a yn y rown nesa, ni wedi cyhoeddi yn gynharach. Ceycon a Bai Colwyn yw'r gêm fyw ar sgorio y 12fed o Dachwedd. Amser cinio ar S4C. Edrych mlaen yn fawr at honna. Edrych mlaen i gysgwrs to Rhys Griffiths now. Rhys Griffiths joins us down from the commentary position. Before we talk about today's game, Welsh Cup there. Rhys, happy with how things went in Risco last weekend?
Yeah, I was. I thought it was a professional performance, even when they equalised. I thought we kept to the game plan and just sort of did the job really, which is all you need to do and get through.
Fancy another cup run? I'm afraid to ask you after a great cup run last season, but it's affected the league as well. So how are you treating it this season?
Well, no, we'd love to go again and get to that final again and dare I say it, go one better. But Conwy away is not helping matters. That's going to be really tough.
We just scorio team. We love to watch Kane Owen pinging balls about everywhere. He's just in the middle of everything, isn't he, all the time?
Yeah, he is. He's an exceptional player, and Nathan Wood as well, involved in a lot of what we do well going forward, yeah.
We keep asking you about injuries this season. I saw Sean McDonald on the pitch last week. How are things looking at the squad at the moment?
Well, we seem to get one back and then another one goes, so it's same number of players, but just different players. But they're less serious than they were, and perhaps at one time we were looking at players having 4 or 5 months out, and now it's 4 or 5 weeks. So,
yeah, and that's a consolation. That says something. What about tonight then? What have you made of things in the first half here?
I thought Aber have been well worthy of winning. I think they probably could be 2 up really. All the set pieces they've had, countless throw-ins and corners. Probably be disappointed they haven't got that second. And I think second half I'd expect Tony to change the shape perhaps and see if they can get a centre forward behind a full-back with 2 up front.
We'll have a look at the goal now. Aberystwyth taking the lead. Lee Jenkins, so familiar to this ground, must be a nightmare for him.
Yeah, well, we discussed on commentary, obviously he's right-footed, he's gone for it with his left foot there, which is just the way the ball fell, and it's important to really concentrate, and he'll be disappointed, obviously, but these things happen in football.
Aberystwyth taking the lead. Good result for them. It's a funny league, it's so tight down the bottom. We start the night talking to Tommy Morgan about Newtown, surprised to see them in the bottom 2. Now they're 3-0 up half-time in Pontypridd. Is it that type of... it's always close, obviously, but is that type of league this season again?
Yeah, and it was last year, and we feel massive pressure to win tomorrow. The preparation's been the same as always. Fridays are more relaxing, probably the most relaxing night of the week, actually, because all the prep's done. And, yeah, you feel like you have to win every game, and no doubt both these managers feel exactly the same.
Before you go, I've got to ask you, I'm not going to ask you about politics, but I've spent the day listening to everything that's happening in the world of politics and leadership, and I've heard a quote today saying that it takes a long time to build up somebody's confidence in you, but you can lose it overnight. Prime ministers, football managers, business leaders, is that true?
Well, I think, look, if you lose a whole changing room, it's going to be difficult to get it back. A bit like if you lose a whole country. And but if you lose 1 or 2, then you can manage those situations. But to lose a whole changing room and a whole country, there's no coming back.
I remember interviewing you years ago as a player, and now it's great to have you with us as a manager. Have you enjoyed the transition from player to manager?
I don't know. No, I have. I love it. It's a strange job. You know, it's constant. Can't stop thinking about it. And the biggest thing is everything's your fault. Lee Jenkins tonight, that mistake's happened. You know, it's on the manager all the time, and it's so difficult to. Whereas when you're a player, you play well, you lose. Well, I did my job.
Yeah, and just interesting as well, going to Aberystwyth tomorrow, we spoke to Hugh Griffiths before Carnarvon went there, and he mentioned that you don't want to be the first team to lose against them. I can see your face already, and they've been docked points. Is it added pressure? Because people see you going, the team at the bottom, they've just been docked some points. It's going to be an easy afternoon. You know, it won't be, but is there extra pressure in a game like that?
Yeah, you know, look, you're desperate to play them when you're playing TNS, and then all of a sudden it comes along and you think, actually, I wish we weren't playing them. And last year, Kevin Druids had a tough season, and out of nowhere, I think they got a point against Bala when they were on 0 points, and then went and beat Barry, and results, they will get results at Airbus, and our job is to make sure it doesn't happen tomorrow, but it's going to be a really tough game. I'll take 1-0 right now. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm sure you will. And just finally, we've got to ask you about Mark Jones. Jonah, he's a bit of a star of the show with us on Scorio. What's it like being next to him in a commentary position?
Yeah, he's a massive help, to be fair, up there. You know, I'm obviously completely clueless, and he's coaching me all the way through, and yeah, he's much better to me up there than he was when I was his player.
Brilliant, Rhys. Thanks for your time. Brilliant. Good luck tomorrow up in here. Well, good luck for the second half, I should say. First of all, it's getting a bit nippy in Aberystwyth, isn't it? It's getting a bit cold. Mae'n bach yn oer. Diolch o galon i Rhys Griffiths am y sgwrs. Mwy i ddod penwythnos nesa. Mwy i ddod bob penwythnos, wrth gwrs. Mae da ni Flint yn erbyn Ebus. Ni sôn am Ebus gyda Rhys Griffiths fan yna. Ni'n mynd i Gaer Castell. Y Cai fan hyn, Ger y Castell. A byddwn ni wrth Gai arall, Ger Castell arall. A mae Rhys Griffiths wedi'n gadael ni. Tommy Morgan wedi ymuno gyda ni lawr o'r pwynt sylwebu. Beth amdani? Tommy, beth am yr hanner cyntaf na fan hyn ar goedlan y parc heno?
Wel, diddorol, dechreuodd y Hwlffordd yn gryf, o'n i'n meddwl. Wilson a Jordan Davies gyda lawr ysgellu, creu problemi. Ond wedyn, Aberystwyth yn dod nôl fewn i'r gêm ac yn eddiannol ar y blaen ar yr egwyl e bos ar gynnu bai.
Ie, gen i weld rhoi gyfleoedd Hwlffordd, digwydd bod. Oedd hi'n teimlo fel gêm bwysig i'r ddau tîm. Oedd hi'n diddorol clywed Tony Penn cyn y gêm. Oedd hi'n teimlo falle dim byd yn mynd yn iawn yn naill ochr o'r cae na'r llall.
Wel, fi'n credu, oedd yna funud le sgoriodd Aberystwyth o gamgymeriad, a wedyn nath nhw fethu Jordan Davies methu'r peniad na, cyfle eiraidd i roi nhw'n union i'r sgôr. Ond fel ni'n gweud fan hyn, chod yn yr hanner cynta, y croesiadau cynnar, maen nhw'n creu gymaint o broblemi, ond achos os neb yn edrych fel nhw'n sgorio. Na i problem nhw. Cisse, fel ni'n gweud tymor diwetha, 11 gol, prif sgorwr y tîm, a chod y cyfle yna, wel, fi'n siŵr bydde ti di sgorio hwnna.
Bydden ni ddim yn mor bell a hynny. Achos ni wedi treulio tymor, wythnos y cyntaf tymor, yn sôn am fain o chwaraewyr mae Aberystwyth i methu, fain o chwaraewyr maen nhw wedi colli dau i Hwlffordd, a mae'n syndod. Dyn nhw'n edrych fel tîm sydd wedi colli chwaraewyr. Tas ych chi goffa dewis pa tîm sydd wedi gwanhau, fel ych chi'n gweud cyn y gêm, falle mae'n Hwlffordd sydd yn edrych mor gryf.
Wel, y bos ar gynnu bai, na perfformiad gorau Aberystwyth tymor yma i fi heno. Fi wedi gweld nhw'n nifer o weithiau fan hyn. Maen nhw'n newid i siap rhywfaint heno. Maen nhw wedi ymosod mwy. Maen nhw wedi rhoi mwy o bwysau ar ymddiffyn Hwlffordd. Maen nhw wedi talu ar y ganfed hyd yn hyn.
A ni'n clywed chi sôn sylwedd am canol Cai hefyd, am felly beth i dal eich sylw ran Aberystwyth heno.
Ie, yn sicr, mae Thorn, mae fe'n chwaraewyr allweddol iawn, ond hefyd mae Flint, maen nhw un peth am Aberystwyth tymor yma, rhoi clod nawr i Anthony Williams, y reolwr, maen nhw wedi rhoi 100% bob gêm. Felly, gyda chi ddim yn gofyn am fwy na wrth chwaraewyr chi. Mae'n chwarae chwaraewyr allan y safle hefyd. Jonathan Evans yn chwarae fel cefnwr de heno. Mae'n cael y gorau allan y chwer, felly mae fe bwm yn ein rhywbeth yn iawn, ynddo fe. Fi'n gwybod y canlyniadau fod yn wych, ond ar sail beth i wedi gweld yn y hanner cyntaf yma, maen nhw'n heiddi fod ar y blaen.
Na, bendant, amosib dadled o hynny. Dwi'n i weld y gol eto. Peidiwch gwylio hyn os mae Lee Jenkins yw enw chi. Fydd yn diddorol gol sef mae Jenkins yn ymateb ar ôl hyn.
Yn sicr, ond i ddechrau busnes, oedd hi'n beniad sal gan Scorcher nôl iddo fe, ar ei drod anghywir ar ei drod chwith ond reit, clod wedyn i Amerson. Herwydd, oedd hwnna ddim yn siawns hawdd, pan bych chi'n rhedeg trwy, dim ond y gol geid wedi i giro, mae lot o chweir, mae'n panico, ond un peth nath gadw i ben, nath edrych i fyny, gweld y gol geidwad, llithro beth heibio fe, un gol i ddim i Aberystwyth.
Wel ie, a mae'n bod yn hanner cynta diddorol fan hyn, fel o Tommy yn sôn. A dechrau'n i'r noson yn sôn, ni'n edrych ar y dre newydd yn y tabl fyd, Tommy. Mae'n o'r blaen y dair i ddim, ar yr egl nefyn Pontypridd, mae'n gyngrau'r rhyfedd eto.
Ie, ond falle chi'n edrych, cyn y gêm, ni'n weid amdano Cwpan Cymru, Hwlffordd yn colli hyder, dre newydd yn ennill 8 i ddim, 1, a ennill hyder, Robles, heb sgorio lawer y tymor yma, wedi bod yn siomedig i nifer y bobl ers ymuno gyda nhw. Felly 2 gol o fe, 1 i Williams, a mae pethau'n edrych yn iawn i Chris Hughes unwaith eto.
Ar y nodyn yna, mae Pontypridd di sgorio, ti'n gwybod, Tommy. Diolch am y sgwrs ar yr egwyl. Tommy mynd ôl i'r pwynt sylwebu. Gyda llaw, mae Pontypridd lawr i 10 dyn, ond maen nhw wedi sgorio hefyd. Clayton Green di cael ei ddanfon o'r cae i Pontypridd. Curtis Rees di sgorio i Ponty. Digon yn digwydd yn y gêm yna. Dwi'n newydd ar blaen o 2 gol i 1, 2 i Robles, 1 i Aaron Williams. A cofiwch amdano ni, just ar ôl 10 o gloch, ddim rhy hwyr i chi. Gobeithio eich bwynt y penwythnos uwch gyngor Cymru JD, gan gynnwys yr ail hanner yn y gêm yma. Aber ar y blaen, nôl â ni at Mike Davies.
Welcome back to Park Avenue in Aberystwyth, where the home team lead, visiting Haverfordwest by a 1-0. There has been a change at half-time. Full-back for Haverfordwest has come off. Brought on is Yori Humphreys. Yori Humphreys comes on for Ryan George. Don't think there's any change in the systems as yet. Words at half-time would have been strong words from Tony Pennock, I should imagine. There he is, Yori Humphreys, playing as an out-and-out right-back instead of Ryan George. We have to put up with myself for a few minutes as Rhys Griffiths is doubling up, doing a half-time interview, and he's not as quick as he used to be and getting back up the stairs. Tremendous defending there from Sam Litchfield, and a well-earned 45-minute lead. Scores from elsewhere. If you're just joining us back, Newtown have taken a wonderful 3-1 lead. At Pontypridd, Rhys Griffiths just coming back to join me in a commentary. While he was away, I bought 2 bottles of Coke. He's returned with 1 cup of tea. Never change. Thank you, Rhys.
I'm sorry, Joe. I spilt yours on the way over.
The big money centre forward didn't buy the poor manager a cup of tea. Never mind, game on. No change. Well, 1 change, in fact. Yori Humphreys at right back instead of Ryan George. We did say, I think, in the first half that Charlie Edge was having a good game, and Tony Pennock must have thought he was having too good a game.
Yeah, well, I wonder whether they've changed the shape as well, looking at it. I think they have. I think they've gone with 2 up front, Duggan and Jordan Davis, and then 3 at the back, Jenkins in the middle of Rees and, Yori Humphreys. Perhaps.
You think they may be playing Abruzzese and Wilson as wing-backs?
Possibly, yeah. Let's have a look how it develops in a couple of minutes.
Pontypridd 3-1 behind, with Clayton Green with a red card, by the way, Rees. Ball bobbing around in the area. Jenkins tries to head away. Aber still getting to more second balls than Haverfordwest. That's the key fact in the game so far. Watts goes down in the corner. Again, being on the ball, Niall Flint and Charlie Edge, I think, are underrated wide men because they're not out-and-out wide men, but Williams is doing a good job with them.
Yeah, I was impressed with Flint. I think he was at Kevin Druids before, and I was impressed with him then.
Flint will take the corner yet again. 48th minute, a second goal now could be absolutely crucial. Could the Seasiders get a 2-0 lead? Flint whips it across. Chance! Is it over the line? It's a goal! It's John Owen with a headed goal. Hasn't scored for a long while, but he gets the second now. Smart corner. Great run from Owen. He just guides it in. He says nobody marking him.
Well, again, there's so many balls going into the box from these set pieces that eventually something was going to come for them. And It looks like there's a bit of a block there. Attempts by Brucey on the line. Could he have gone with his right foot on the line to clear the ball?
What a brilliant decision by the
Definitely
linesman.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's give the man assistance. I know they call him now. That is a spot-on decision. Abruzzi tries to hook it off the line, but it's a goal. It's the big man, John Owen, gets his 31st goal in his 132nd game.
I wonder who was marking him, because he wasn't there by the time he headed it.
I wonder which commentator said that John Owen would get a goal this evening.
Yeah, I did, and I was proved right there.
It's a big goal, Reece. It's a massive goal for Aber. It would put them ahead in the table. And it's a poor run at present for Tony Pennock and Haverfordwest. They have to dig themselves out now. They have to show the same sort of passion that he did as a player to dig themselves out now. Fortress Park Avenue.
But it seems that way at the moment, doesn't it? Next goal, obviously pivotal now.
Yeah, how important is that, Reece?
Well, if it yeah,
home
massive.
form.
Oh, home form. Yes, it's really important. You know, you're here so often, you want that feel-good factor around the place. The crowd can help. We found that at Penabont. The more numbers we have there, the more it helps us.
They've gone in deep there, Reece. That's deep for me there. The free kick is 10 yards outside the box. They're on the edge of the 6-yard spot. Headed away, though, from Arneson, who shows another side to his game. So, half-time team talks would have been important, and it looks like Anthony Williams has come out on top. Short corner, they switched off there. Aber can't switch off just after you've scored a goal. Goalkeeper collects, drops it, he gets away with one there. Right, goalkeepers union, centre forwards union. I'm calling you in. I'll be an independent judge. I'll let you do the right.
Well, I'd be very surprised if that's a foul. My instinct was that it wasn't a foul. Maybe there's a foul there with Scotcher, but there's nothing on the keeper there. And last week the keeper punched one of our players in the head and nothing happened. So they certainly get the fair crack, don't they?
I think he's just thought that Jordan Davis has just left a little bit of his left side in on Webb, and that's what Webb's trying to say. But the men with the gloves usually get the close decisions, shall we say. But for me, Reece, just as the first half, the second half, they're not prepared.
Come
second, Aber. A little bit going on there, yeah. Is it a late challenge? Keeper goes down. Tony Pennock on the sideline wants a word with the fourth official. We will see on the replay. Dylan Reese comes in. Thorne just puts the ball back in. Was it out to play? So this is most probably after it's gone out. Well, there was a game header from Zach Jones.
It's hard to see how much contact from that angle, isn't it, really?
Was the ball out to play? Is it a throw-in, first of all?
Oh, the ball's definitely out to play, I think.
No score as yet between Carnarvon and Flint. That's well, it's okay. It's only 4 yards out, by the way.
You still can't clatter the keeper, can you? So I wonder. It just comes down to how much
contact
absolutely.
There was, but we have to start with a throw-in, and surely with the referee, it's just checking there, unless the linesman was totally blocked. There's John Owen. Difference. You're on a barren run. You haven't got goals. You're the number 9. You score one in the second minute of the second half. You want another one.
Yeah, well, that often is the difference, isn't it, between those high-scoring players and others who perhaps settle for that one. And other players, the likes of Chris Venables, for instance, there's no way he'd be thinking, now I've got my one. He'd be after 2 and 3, definitely.
A few travelling Haverfordwest fans there. They'll be disappointed at the moment.
Lovely cup of tea, John.
At least I'd let the viewers know anyway. You're not the toughest manager in the league, you're also the meanest. Never mind. You're right, 7 for 42 and 42. think that number may be wrong.
The Harry John.
It's Harry too. Yeah, it is young 16-year-old Harry John coming on for Ricky Watts.
I haven't seen this lad play, but I've heard good things. So
yeah, I've seen him. Gets on the ball. I know it's an easy comparison, but he is a little bit like Joe Allen. He's on the ball all the time, and that's just not because of the stature of him. He's a busy player who likes to see, and perhaps Prennick's thinking to himself, we need someone on the ball because nobody else has got on it tonight.
Yeah.
The next two games for Haverfordwest County, a Bala away, TNS home.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. I think sometimes in this league, it's so hard to see where your next points are coming from.
Jack Wilson wins the header against Charlie Edge. 54 minutes on the clock at Park Avenue. Seasiders 2, Bluebirds 0 in the Cymru Premier League. Anderson again getting there first. Good clearance by Dylan Rees, again asking the referee questions. Evans, who's done a marvellous job at right back, by the way. As you said, you've never seen John Evans ever play right back.
I haven't, no.
Anderson, I think he's hurt his hand there. There's been a little one left in there. It's just getting a bit itchy here. Ewan Lewis. Tough challenge against Risa Bruzi. Dylan Rees. No real tactical change. Well, there was a tactical change, but it just hasn't happened because, by the look of it again now, Wilson's gone right forward. Yeah, he's taking a long throw again now, so there might be a back four again. 6s and 7s at the moment, the Bluebirds. Substitute. Harry John puts on the ball. Jenkins. Humphreys. Scotcher looking to get one in around the corner.
It's not a bad ball, that. Not sure Jordan Davis's run was where it needed to be. It was always going on the corner there, so I think he should have probably run the channel.
Yeah. Jenkins. Williams, by the way, Anthony Williams, he'd be really bubbling at the 2-0 scoreline. He was asked at the beginning about his team start of the season. I'm sure if he's asked after this 90 minutes and it stays like this, he'll be a lot happier. Webb. Jenkins. Towering header. Duggan looking for Davis. Goalkeeper chance here, but David takes it early. He's got a goal. Great goal. Mistake from the goalkeeper. Didn't know whether to come or stay. And what a great finish that is from Jordan Davis. Wins the foot race. Has the sense to take the volley on, whether it was flat or a loop. It's in the back of the net. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it came down to a foot race, didn't it? I think he's just got the pace on Bradford and...
Great finish.
Yeah, it is. He's controlled it well, but perhaps the keeper would want to do better there. Strong there in the contact.
Strong in the contact, but if that's edge of the 18-yard line, just inside the 18-yard line, do you want your keeper sweeping that?
Possibly. I've another look at it, but I think if he could have saved that.
The Bluebirds are back in the game with 57 minutes on the clock. Jordan Davis, top goal scorer, drags his team back in, and just before that incident, Reese seemed to be going nowhere.
Yeah, it's just that turn ball.
We got a game on now. We got a hell of a last 30 minutes on. They're in again. Wilson looking for Duggan. How a goal can lift a team. Wilson is playing right wing back. There are 5 at the back. Great play from John Owen. Wilson bombs it forward. Bradford hooks away. You happier with Jordan Davis playing more central, Reese?
Well, yeah, he didn't get a lot of joy first half, did he? And there was one occasion where he was running at the defence, and I thought he could have kept going, and he opted to pass it. But, well, look, he's gone central and scored straight away, isn't he? So, well done, Tony Pennock. It's just that, it's that change of tactic from them means that Aber all of a sudden have to worry about the threat behind, where they didn't first half with Duggan.
Absolutely, and they got two. If they can get more central, Jordan Davis, Bradford and Litchfield, they'll have to put up with 2-on-2. So, like you said, good tactical switch from Tony Pennock, gets his team back in the game. Jenkins with a header, just looking for seconds there. Still Haverfordwest have the likes of Ben Fawcett on the bench as well, who's always liable to come in. Scotcher. Arneson's been in the thick of everything this evening.
I thought that was a little bit naughty then from Scotcher. It'd be interesting to see that back.
It's close. The referee's there. It says yellow. Bradford and company, Litchfield, are asking for more than a yellow maybe, but Scotcher gets a yellow. Misses the first header, goes in for the second, clouts him. I don't think he elbowed him on purpose. He led with his arm.
No comment.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Could have been a different colour then.
Possibly, yeah.
That's what Harry Anderson's asking the referee now. And Anthony Williams. First real 50-50 chance, shall we say, for Haverfordwest since about the first 15 minutes. And Jordan Davis has dragged them back into the game. That goal, does it drive Haverfordwest forward? And do Aberystwyth sit in for the next 10 to 15 minutes?
Well, that might happen naturally. And the other thing is there's a poor free kick, but the Aber players start to have a go at each other, and you don't want that creeping in either.
Jenkins, if he's onside, he's beat the line by the look of it. No flag from the Bradford. There's definitely 2 against 2 now up top. It's Duggan and Davis are going to cause problems for the back two. It'd be interesting to see whether Anthony Williams may go with a 5 to counteract the 2 strikers.
Oh yeah, someone just on the cover all the time at the back in a sort of 3 central defenders.
But Davis is up for it now. Ex-Connors Key, of course. Connors Key host Cardiff Met tomorrow afternoon. It's a long throw from Thorne. First header 50-50, second one. It's hooked clear. Back into the mixer from it. Owen pressing Jenkins back in. But it was that ball is just bouncing around there at the moment. Thorne will be pleased to clear his lines and let his team set up there. The head tennis was about 5-all then, Rhys.
Yeah, when the ball's going back and forth like that, it's really important that Aber in particular are wary of that hook over the top.
Well, if they're going to carry on with the back 4 and they're going to go as high as they are in front of us now, we're right in line with them, they have to be very careful. And Jordan Davis is bending his run in front of us all the time, just in front of us, looking to get in behind. Wilson's in, by the way. Oh, what a chance. He's just took his eye off the ball, because that was a brilliant ball and it's right in his path.
He scored a similar goal from a similar situation against Bala away earlier on the season. Cut inside and hit it with his left on that occasion, I think.
Just took his eye off that.
Yeah, it happens.
The big man in charge. Taff, Williams, Tony Pennock. How the game can change in a couple of minutes. Jordan Davis goal drags the Bluebirds back in this game. It's Aberystwyth 2, Haverfordwest 1. And the battle continues. Free kick, silly free kick to give away.
I think Aberystwyth now are taking their time on everything, and I think Haverfordwest will want the referee to stamp on that quickly, not wait until injury time to sort of dish out yellows or warnings for time wasting.
Yeah. As we said, both teams changed their managers at the end of the season. Nicky Hayen, in charge last season at Haverfordwest. West is now a coach at Club Bruges. Good luck to him. Hope he enjoyed his spell in the Cymru Premier. Free kick goes in. Headed back in by Litchfield. Owen says no free kick. He's definitely in for the scrap, the young substitute. Harry John. Tremendous compete in there. And he's dropping into that central three now all the time. Reese. The goal has definitely given him a spring in it. Duggan, great flicking beyond chance. Oh, he's bombed past him. Oh, brilliant run. A fantastic run again from Davis. He has too much pace for that back four. Just most probably waited a little bit too long to take the shot.
I think Litchfield got a little nick right just before he shot. Possibly anyway. But it looks like it's coming, doesn't it?
Bombing pass. He is on form at the moment, Davis, and he's eager for every ball. Perhaps we should give Litchfield, like you said, a little bit of credit by putting Davis off then.
Maybe a bit of evidence there that Johnny Evans hasn't played fullback an awful lot.
Yeah, and I think Williams... This is crying out for the sweeper. Aberystwyth now, Reese. Definitely. Is that 3 times in the last 5 minutes? Davis twice and Wilson has broke the last line.
Yeah, the big question, I suppose, is if Williams is seeing the same as we are, who would go into the back as a centre-back? Possibly Thorne?
I think he has played there before. Edge, great ball towards the front. Taken well by the goalkeeper. And everything is forward thinking now for the Bluebirds. Abruzzi, late challenge. I think it was Veal taken out by John Owen on the far side. Flint seem to be the draw experts in this league at the moment, Reese. There's Ben Fawcett, Tony Pennock, giving him simple plans. Please go and get me a goal or two. There's not a lot more can be said, Reese, is there?
No, not really. You know, he'll be looking to play off the shoulder as well. And
Davis is running right every time he gets a ball at the moment. Will the goalkeeper come, put out a play? It's a good clearance from Bradford.
What Fawcett does is pull well on the shoulder when the ball's in the air. So if there's one of those sort of head tennis moments, he does drop into little areas and then gets ready for that ball over the top.
It's Fawcett for Duggan. Duggan competed well, didn't quite go his way, but like you said, Fawcett, definitely a footballing centre forward.
Yeah, he is. And, you know,
clever.
He's a clever player, yeah, you're right. And it's really important now because him and Jordan Davis will both be looking to get in behind, that the movement's clever to help the other one out.
Wilson fires it in. First header Jenkins. Far post Davis. Davis. Substitute John screaming for the ball. Corner given. The time factor, Reese, says to me that were Haverfordwest to get a second now, they would almost become favourites to win the game.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
Abruzzi whips it across the front, headed away by Edge. Second headed away. The race is on. Has he got the legs? Will he take it long? I think he picked his head up then and looked for the lob. It's a great ball in the end. And it's tremendous running power as well from Flint. They got out quick, Aberystwyth there. They showed their ability and their want to win because they are playing with everything they got for their manager. We spoke about it early on. What more can you ask for if a team are giving you that much?
They've given everything, and actually I think they're starting to look a little bit tired in places. I thought that was a tired bit of play from Flint, so maybe the likes of Alex Darlington soon.
Yeah, footballer, come on and get the foot on the ball a bit and start spraying it around a bit.
Yeah, and obviously a goal threat as well.
Switch of play from Veal. Dragging Charlie Edge back even further now. The wing backs, you did talk about in the first half that if he was to push Wilson on as a wing back, Edge has to go back. Great play. Oh, superb pass as well from a young 16-year-old.
Well, was Fawcett there. Could he have kept going? Committed the defender.
Harry John. Wonderful prospect, 16 years of age. You can see it's a footballing type of ball. Great ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good pass. I just wonder whether he could have kept going.
Took it with his right foot, got it off with his left foot. Caernarfon 1, Flint 0. It's a big goal. That's a late goal as well, I think. 15 minutes later we started, so that leaves about 6 or 7 minutes left. Caernarfon 1, Flint 0. Owen. Arneson gets it wide. Again, Lewis does well. Headed clear by Wilson. Veal. Set to bring people in. Like you said, come off his marker. Edge. That's what Aberystwyth definitely need to just get the ball up the field and hold it up a bit. Up in the top corners. Set was clever, gets a touch. Put it in behind the centre-back, Litchfield, but it's just run away. So Caernarfon take the lead. Very difficult place to go, Rhys, Caernarfon.
Yeah, obviously the 3G outnumbers grass pitches now, that's a factor. Big crowd there, that's a factor. And they're a good team, which is probably the biggest factor of all.
Absolutely. And just a great atmosphere when you're playing there, which makes up for anything. Oh, loose play there. John Owen. Yeah, he's clever enough to deal with the ball and just look after it instead of just wasting. That's experience from Owen, and gets his team a throwing. Wonderful centre forward play there from Owen.
Yeah, definitely one of his better games today, definitely. Capped it off with a goal, of course. And I suppose that's the equivalent of a keeper catching a cross, isn't it, when you're under pressure?
Absolutely. He just takes the time out, gives himself and his team a couple of minutes. Will Thorne fire the long throw in, yeah. Double figures at least now on the long throws from Thorne. Reminds you a bit of his dad's days, his dad's crazy gang days at Wimbledon, where they played with plenty of type of long throws. Great ball from a substitute. Davis firing on all cylinders. Can he get in here? Davis. Oh, brilliant defending from John Evans. Davis was at full pelt, and the makeshift right back made a brilliant tackle. Substitute, by the way, is making a great impact. Harry John, the 16-year-old, he's getting on a lot of loose ball.
Yeah, I think Jordan Davis is going to find it hard to outrun Johnny Evans. Johnny's always been quick. And perhaps he should have looked left there and played someone else in.
Sam Litchfield. Wilson opts to go for the long throw with 18 minutes left on the clock. Wilson, it's a short one. Dylan Rees. They haven't got out, Aber. Plenty of chance to get out. They're still in there. Great ball. What a ball that is. Great headed away by John Owen. Coming into the man of the match territory, John Owen.
Yeah, he definitely is. Someone called that as well, didn't they?
Just staying in a little bit too long, Aber, now, Reese.
Yeah, a few balls going into the box last couple of minutes, and they're getting behind, as we've seen earlier on. So they're definitely going to have a chance before this game's up, Haverfordwest. The questions are, will they take it? And of course, will Aber get a chance as well?
It's been an have to be fair, Reese. It has been an entertaining game with plenty of goal action. There he is again, the youngster on the ball. Shall we name him now, shall we, Reese? The Cymru Premier's Joe Allen. Young, 16-year-old Harry John. Maybe when he gets his 100th cap for Wales, we might get a bit of credit.
Yeah, that's right.
Good luck, son. Set again. I don't think Bradford will be happy with Fawcett coming on, because it's big man, small man, and that can be awkward at times, can't it, for a big centre half.
Yeah, like I say, it's a change of tactic. It's important that Fawcett's movement's good rather than both looking in behind.
Evans, already on a yellow card, just looks across, spun him inside and outside of Brucey to get the free kick. 74 minutes on the clock. It would be seen as lost points were they to get the equaliser or anything else. No, Haverfordwest, yeah. Straight foul, good skill from the left back. Veal. Thorne with the header. Lewis hooks. Scorcher, can he get the shot off? Takes the shot off instead of putting the cross in.
Yeah, Tony will be looking for them to find that little bit of quality and that extra poise for decision making there, and that was probably a poor decision. Especially with someone with the ability that Scotcher has.
Carnarvon take a 2-0 lead against Flint. Carnarvon 2, Flint 0, with Ben Wynn getting the second goal. And that must be very close to the 90th minute. Hugh Griffiths and company collecting another 3 home points at the Oval.
And no one's really talking about them at the moment, are they? So perhaps we need to start.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I think they've got a good set of players. You know, the likes of Noah Edwards, Darren Thomas, Danny Gossett, and their names just been around the team for a long time now, and all good players. Wilson gives the free kick away. Chance for Aberystwyth to re-establish some forward momentum. Edge. Headed back across, chance. Oh, it's a clearance in the end by the wing-back Jack Wilson. Just gets there before Ewan Lewis. It was a massive clearance. Otherwise, Lewis was all over it.
Just shows the importance of winning that first contact, and then anything can happen, and just wouldn't quite fall for Thorne, I think.
He's about to poke that in the back of the net there. That's a great clearance by Wilson. Would have, and most probably could have been a winner on the 76th minute. Flint. Back post. Headed back across by Jenkins. Evans. Flint. Gets his team a corner, or does Humphreys keep it in? Humphreys keeps it in and is hook clear. Forward, back into the goalkeeper. We have got a special 15 minutes coming up here. Oh, Arneson, I think he'll collect a yellow.
Yeah, definitely yellow.
Great feet, the fullback, Brucey. But them type of skills you'd like to see around the penalty area. Wilson heads across. Chance for 2-2. Fawcett's given offside. Has his hand on top of his head. It's not the equaliser. It's not the goal Pennock and Fawcett were looking for.
Is that the second goal that linesman disallowed?
Second one he's disallowed.
Again, good finish, very composed. Free header.
That must have been an early flag. The header across from Wilson's a great idea. Yeah, he looks offside.
He does, yeah.
Again, both assistant linemen have made some smart decisions this evening. And the referee, by the way, Reece. They take some stick, as we know. You know how much stick they get. We've all given it to him. Hasn't done a long wrong tonight, this fella.
Nope.
Oh, it's well closed down. Very well closed down by Noel Flint. Thinks he gets the corner. He doesn't get the corner. Oh, yellow card for time wasting. And there's a long way to go yet, don't worry. It's only the 77th minute. Zach Jones in the 22nd minute. Chance, a big tackle, he's still up, he goes down.
Big moment this.
Zach Jones, by the way, I was saying, a strange number, these goalkeepers. They won the 22nd minute, Reece. It was numbers on the goalkeepers. Whatever happened to one? Ooh, interesting with VAR. If that was a VAR there.
Did he take the man before the ball?
Looked like. Veal whips one across the front. First header again, Aber. Most of the first headers all evening have been Aberystwyth headers. Wilson will now fire the long throw in. Wilson. First header, Jenkins. Still in and around the area. Brucey. Can he get another free kick? He gives one away this time. That's Niall Flint. Working his socks off over in the corner. Hasn't been very prominent in the last third tonight since the first couple of minutes. Reece, Brucey, the left wing back.
No, a couple of minutes ago he put that ball across, didn't he? And that was the first time for a while.
Webb launches it forward. How important is that now, Reece, the last 10 minutes? The battle between Jenkins and Owen in the air. Owen to win it, to stop it coming back. Jenkins to win it, to get it forward quick.
Yeah, Haverfordwest want to build pressure, don't they? So if the ball stays up the pitch for Aber, it makes their life a lot more difficult.
John Owen collects a yellow. We're trying to hold up the play. Back to Jones. Jones takes a left-footed touch. Passes it out well. Reece just need to not drop off too far now. I think the Jordan Davis runs have obviously sent messages on to drop a bit deeper to close the space between them and the goalkeeper, Reece.
Throwing it right down now.
Evans. A couple of the Aberystwyth fans trying to break into song. Great to hear. Jenkins gets it forward. Headed important. Bradford heads it clear. Brucey can keep it in play.
I wonder whether Tony will throw Jenkins up front at some point and go 3-4-3 perhaps.
At 2-1, I think he has to. Last
Thorne
4
could
or
drop
5
in,
minutes.
couldn't he?
Definitely. That was a question I was posing to you, though, Reece. Do you think that back four have dropped a bit deeper since them few runs when Davis just sped past everybody?
Yeah,
Evans.
I think they just adapted as well, haven't they? They're aware of the threat now.
Evans took a gamble. That's a free kick. It was much too far away from the end.
Has he gone?
Could be gone. Could be a yellow card. It's a red card. It's a second yellow. It's a red. Just the indecision of not hooking the ball out could be a massive goal. A massive change in the game, not a goal. It's just a drag there. He pulls the shirt back. It's enough for the referee to produce a second yellow.
No, straight away, Johnny, doesn't he?
Which means red. Is that the forward playing full-back still trying to play football instead of hoofing it out?
Well, I think you see defenders doing that as well, don't you, sometimes? If they manage to watch the ball out, everyone gives them a massive clap.
I was 5 seconds away there, Reece, from saying to you how well Evans had played at right back this evening.
Yeah, he has done well overall.
I think surely has to be a swap on the bench. We have a full-back still on the bench. Phil Perry's on there. But they have to deal with the last 7 minutes now. It's 83 on the clock almost. They're 2-1 ahead. Aber could be a massive 3 minutes in their season.
Is now the time to push Jenkins up front.
Perry for Horwood. Perry, I think, is an out-and-out left back. I've seen him play before. I think it was an injury anyway from Harry Horwood, clinging his groin a bit there. Perry comes in, picks up Fawcett in the on the edge of the box. No wall, really. Chance. Jenkins will get the chance against his old team. He's gone back. Goalkeeper must collect this. Tips it over, Webb. Never really had the footing to take it two-handed. It's a decent tip over from the young goalkeeper, though.
Made a good decision there, the keeper, but I think Jenkins just dug that out and it stopped the shot opportunity, and then it's a good decision by the keeper there.
It's a great save in the end, yeah, absolutely. It's a corner. Haverfordwest pressing now. Goalkeeper at the far end has gone down with an injury.
Leedsy getting ready.
Yeah, just looking what the... I think he's had a bang on the head by the look of it, yeah. And technically, if he's gone down 70 yards away, I would say he's going to be coming off here. He's...
Well, and looking over at the dugout, that's Leedsy there, very experienced, coming on. Not a bad player to bring on, is he?
Decent player to come on, Leedsy. And whoever is selling them pink goalkeeping shirts in Haverfordwest is making a fortune.
Well, I can see Tommy Morgan buying one, judging by his coat tonight.
Idzi has been around the block in this league. Carmarthen, Barry, Bangor, Haverfordwest. Coming on for young Zach Jones, who had a marvellous game. Just going off with 5 minutes to go. Caution is the best result with these head injuries, Reece.
Yeah, I think the player knows, and the physio knows. Obviously, they've got tests to follow now, protocols, and if they fail, then they're off.
How big is this last 5 minutes, Reece, in Aber and Haverfordwest? Present, never mind future, present situations.
Well, I think it could really boost Haverfordwest if they can get an equaliser here.
Would you take a point now?
Of course.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go. It's backs to the walls for Aber. It's creating a chance for Haverfordwest. Wilson. In it goes. Great call from Litchfield, who's done well. Ewan Lewis has got through loads of work again in midfield. A superb play from Lewis. Round of applause. Just gives a free kick away at the end. Has to be careful as well because there's a lot of yellows hanging around.
It's not a bad result though, is it, really? It slows the game down
Done
again.
well for his team.
But we're off already. He's taking it quick.
Reece, Dylan Reece hammers it forward. John Owen has to work his socks off up top now. I can't see why Haverfordwest have got 4 at the back at the moment against John Owen.
Yeah, they've got...
Got to send somebody forward, like you said earlier on. Send Jenkins forward now. Owen and Taff Williams will be happy seeing 4 at the back against just John Owen. Because Wilson, if Jenkins was up there now, there's a diag on there now. I think Aber will be pleased to see him passing it around in their own half, Reece.
Yeah, they'll take this all day. They're not concerned about possession stats today.
Abruzzi whips it across.
Corner?
No, straight behind from Abruzzi. And Aber have just taken a sting out of this. At a very important time. It would push Aberystwyth a point ahead of Haverfordwest. Haverfordwest haven't won in any of their 6 away games in any competition this season. This was one Tony would have wanted to win, definitely. Aberystwyth 2, Haverfordwest 1, Carmarthen 2, Flint 0, Pontypridd 1, Newtown 4. Tomorrow's games: Airbus against Little Old Penabont, Connors Quay versus Cardiff Met, and Bala, the big game, versus the New Saints. Quick prediction on that one, please, Reece.
A draw. Going to sit on the fence massively there.
Might be a shrewd fence hit. A great ball of Brucey. Wilson, Edge. Charlie Edge has had a great game.
Yeah, it's one of the best I've seen him play, actually.
Oh, little bit of indecision then. The ball was going back to Webb. Litchfield. Well, if he was in doubt, he just hoofed it clear. Davis hasn't seen the ball the last 5 minutes. Great cross. Can keeper come and get? Just too much for Wilson.
Yeah, just a little bit of nerves creeping in, and then makes that decision, but no harm done, and better that than sort of indecision, and then they obviously concede a chance.
It wasn't the worst ball in the world, was it, from Davis?
No, I wonder whether if Jenkins was up, he might be able to get over that.
89 minutes on the clock. Par for the course, Reece. 4 minutes added on with the goalkeeper's injury, or 5.
Yeah, I'd expect to see 5.
Niall Flint hooks it clear. They've really played well. Anderson, for me, would be my man of the match. I don't know about yours, Reece. Asking you in the 90th minute. Charlie Edge on the ball's played well too.
Yeah, I think Flint's played well, and Edge has played well, but also I think Lewis, number 8, is the last 20 minutes he's been outstanding.
Yeah, warrior type performance from Lewis, just driving through people.
I think ultimately it's a team performance, isn't it? And that's why it's so difficult to pick someone.
Can Haverfordwest get the equaliser? Veal. Humphreys gets it forward. They just seem to have stemmed the tide, the Seasiders. And that's not a pun. It's a fact. 6 added minutes, Reece. 6 added minutes by the 4th official.
Definitely time for one more chance then.
And definitely still lots of work for both teams.
Looks like he's in quite a bit of pain down there.
Fitness levels, Reece, last few seasons, up in every season.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are taking themselves off to the gym, and obviously those facilities are readily available, and the information on nutrition and training techniques, and also these 3Gs help because training is consistent, and that you can always train pretty much whatever you want, unless it's blowing an absolute gale, of course.
Yeah, that's nice to know. A good insight there from Pencoed Cymru Premier manager and ex-Golden Boot King Rhys Griffiths. I don't think anybody will be threatening a 30 goal this season. Smart money on McManus to come top scorer.
Yeah, I would say so. I think Aaron Williams is doing well, and it's still early days. I'm hoping Snaith and Kavanagh and the like can start climbing that table too.
Why not? Why not? Humphreys. Will this be going down to 10 men? It looks like. I think they've played all their substitutes. Pennock, looking over to Pennock, there don't seem to be any more substitutes available, and Humphreys, it looks like he's had a bad ankle injury there.
Yeah, so they're allowed to make 5, but they have to be on 3 occasions. So
yes.
Perhaps they've used the 3 occasions.
Yori Humphreys leaves the field. Haverfordwest. Down to 10 men by the look of it. Wilson fires a long throw in. Wilson headed clear. The shout is to let it go for the corner. It's hooked away in the end. It's a great clearance from Bradford.
It's got to go.
Idzi strikes a decent ball. It's right into the mixer. Again, Litchfield and Bradford competed well at the back all evening. Abruzzi. Can the keeper come and collect that one? Litchfield again gets the header. Jenkins has stayed up now, Reece. So they're playing with 3 strikers in there now. Dylan Reese, Wilson. It's got to go in early, Scotcher.
Jenkins is looking for the diag, but he's going too wide for me. It just needs to be just off centre.
Harry John gets it wide. Wilson now. Great ball across. Not the greatest of clearances from Anderson. Wilson gets another chance. John, the substitute. Wilson. He'll ask questions this time. Jenkins gets the header, but it goes backwards. Lewis gets the tackle in. In and out of play, Wilson, back across, headed away.
Need bodies in the box.
Plenty of bodies. Need more bodies, like you said, there's too many outside. Reece, goalkeeper stays. Chance through Jenkins' legs. 2 or 3 yards away from goal. Nutmegged. In the 93rd minute.
He's lost flight of the ball there, but I think again, I think they could have done one more pass and then they were in on the side, down the side.
It's a massive chance, so Reece, he's got, you know, with a bit of luck and a bit of connection there, it's got to be a goal.
Just lost flight of the ball, isn't he?
Dylan Reece calling people in, 94 minutes left, so that's 2 minutes left. He added 6 minutes. Goalkeeper, Webb comes and collects. Over the ball. Overall, Reece, I'm asking you now, in the 95th minute, almost approaching, have Aberystwyth earned their victory this evening?
Yeah, I think they had. I think they were considerably the better team in the first half in terms of territory and all those set pieces. And then second half, maybe Haverfordwest haven't just done quite enough.
Still may be another chance. Will Wilson take the long throw? Harry John, the substitute. Wilson, 5 or 6 bodies in there now. It's not fantastic. There's a foot race on. Your man Lewis is still running his socks off to get that ball back. You are right, the last 20 minutes he's covered every blade of grass. Wilson, in it goes. Jenkins just misses the header. John Owen hooks away. Arneson, a free kick will do him fine here. Arneson drives it down, soft down in the corner. Asks questions over the fullback. And the fullback just clears his lines. 20 seconds on the clock. And Arneson and John Owen goal. Are they going to see the Seasiders over the line against Haverfordwest? 20 seconds to go. Ball goes in. Chance headed away by the centre-back. Second headed away. It's been tremendous in there, Litchfield, in the last 10 minutes. Hook clear. Referee looks at his watch. Is he about to blow or is it going to come back in? Wilson swap wings. Wilson, can he get the equaliser? Wilson, great header away. Brilliant from Bradford. Haverfordwest pressing on the edge. Abruzzi loses his footing. Arneson, he'll run this one down in the corner. Abruzzi chases. I think it'll be a winning run. Great effort there. Referee says play on. 96.5 minutes. So the 6 minutes is becoming 7, Reece. By the way, Reece, thanks very much for your help this evening. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Chance headed away, tremendous header. Volley is volleyed over the top from the youngster. Would have been a wonderful finish to the game, but it looks like settling matters, and the matters will be Aberystwyth have a hat-trick of wins. Aber 2, Haverfordwest 1. 97 minutes on the clock.
What dreams are made of.
Would have been. He's done well since he's come on, the youngster, very well. Long kick, and it is a home victory for Aberystwyth. 2 goals. The man in view there, Arneson, and the big centre forward John Owen with the winner. It's a superb win for the Seasiders. 3 points see them claw their way above Haverfordwest in the league. Look out for the highlights on Monday evening on Scorio. Final result from Park Avenue. Aberystwyth 2, Haverfordwest County 1.
Mike, diolch yn fawr iawn. A llongyfarchiadau i Aberystwyth di ennill. O 2 gol 1, lawr i 13 hefyd, tua'r diwedd fel yna. 3 phwynt pwysig iddyn nhw. 3 phwynt pwysig y Drenewydd sy'n ennill o 4 gol 1 ym Mhontypridd. Cowans yn cael y bedwaredd i'r Drenewydd. Yn y gêm yna, 2 Robles, Alan Williams yn sgorio hefyd. Gol Pontypridd, Clayton Green yn cael ei ddanfon o'r cae. yn dilyn y digwyddiad, yn dilyn y gol, yn cael ei geiddo damsgyn ar y gol geidwad. Dyna'r sefyllfa. Felly dyna'r tabl ar hyn o bryd. A Caernarfon ar 2 gol hwyr. Hwna byn y Flint di codi nhw. Tipyn i'r 5ed safle, bydden nhw ddigon hapus. Felly hefyd Aberystwyth sy'n 8fed heno. Mae John Owen gyda ni. Llongyfarchiadau. Bai mor bwysig gyda 3 pwynt na, John?
Oedd gêm mor bwysig yn ei oedd hi'n, fel ma'n dweud, 6 pwynt ar bach, ond na, mae'r hogiau di heiddi'r buddigoliaeth hwnna gweithio mor galad a heiddi'r 3 pwynt.
Braf cael gol hefyd yn bersonol.
O'r diwedd, dwi'n sgorio llawer, dwi'n mwy o'r lwmff yn y top, ond na, mae'n ffantastig i sgorio gol i helpu'r tîm.
O'n i gweld ti nôl yn amddiffyn hefyd, helpu'r tîm y ddau ben o'r cae. Sylwebwyr yn sôn bod Aberystwyth yn edrych o'r tîm sy'n gweithio'n galed dros y rheolwr. Yw hwnna'n teimlo'n wir?
Yndi, dyna di'r teimlad mae'r clwb eisiau creu, ond na, eto mae'r hogiau gyn gweithio i gilydd a os fyddai amddiffyn a helpu'r boys yn cefn, mae'n positif mawr i'r tîm.
A lawr i 10 dyn hefyd, Chad. Bai mor nerfus oedd y diwedd na fan yna.
Bai oedd hi'n frustrating iawn. Doedd ddim angen mynd lawr i 10 dyn, ond eto mae danos faint mae hogiau di gweithio ac eto dyn ni mor hapus i cael 3 pwynt.
Ie, cwpl o newidiadau wedi bod yn yr haf, ambell i chwaraewr di gadael, oedd cwpl yn erbyn chi fan hyn heno, ond eto, mae'r pediad bach ma, mae'r record sy'n ma. Chas, pa fath o deimlad sydd o gwmpas y lle ar y bryd?
Wel, dwi wedi bod yma digon hir, ond mae'r tîm yn newid gymaint bob tymor a hitio adag dolyg mae'r tîm dechrau geliad. Mae mor anodd y lleoliad y tîm, ond eto i ni cael creu teimlad yna yn y clwb mor fuan yn y tymor, mae'n ffantastig.
Ie, a bach o hyder, mae buddigoliaethau, mae'n helpu gymaint, bach o dorf mae hefyd, popeth yn helpu?
Oedd, mae'r gêm o'n Noswener, mae'n helpu ni lot, dyn ni cael lot o bobl yma, ac mwy o twrw mae'n neud, mwy o mae'n helpu'r tîm.
Gwych, John, diolch o galon am dy gwmni. A seren y gêm gyda llaw, di cael enw i seren y gêm. Llongyfarchiadau mawr i ti. Gwych cael dy gwmni di. John Owen gyda ni, ac yn gael ni. Cofiwch am eich bwyntiau i ddod. Nos Lyn, just tocod i 10 o'r gloch eich eto. Nos Fawrth, ac yn esbyd clic wrth gwrs ar y rai player, digon o gyfle i weld. Dim esgus i ddim gweld yr eich bwyntiau, wrth gwrs. Dyna'r pwyntiau. Dwi'n siŵr bydd y gŵr yma eisiau gweld nhw. Rheolwr Hwlffordd. Haverfordwest manager Tony Pennock, thanks very much for coming straight across. How disappointing was that tonight, Tony?
I have to take the blame myself, really. I put a 16-year-old on with 30 minutes to go, and he's the best player in our team. And we've all got to look at ourselves, really, if he's coming on the pitch at 16 and doing what he did. So we can all be disappointed, but you've got to look at yourself in the mirror and see where we went wrong there, and there's a lot of people have to do that tonight.
We've been watching Welsh Cup results and stuff, and some teams have scored goals and got some confidence. Has it been a tough week for you as a club following the Welsh Cup and tonight as well?
Well, listen, the league's our bread and butter, and if you don't take your chances, you don't win games of football. And I'm fed up of saying the same thing week in, week out, and that's all I've said all season. Another game that we've lost by 1 goal. Every game we lose by 1 goal. You know, and we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, and I guess when you go 2-0 down, to come back, not that you're clutching at straws, but there's character there. They're going for it at the end. It just doesn't seem to be going your way right now.
No, listen, you make your own luck in this game. You know, it's not about luck, it's about quality. And we're just lacking quality in the final third. And at the same time, we've given 2 goals away again tonight. You know, we've hardly seen a team really work for a good goal against us this season, and we've given away 2 goals. And you're going to have to battle then, even with Johnny getting sent off late on. You know, in fairness, I thought Aberystwyth defended really well. Any ball that came in the box, they seemed to win it in both boxes. And balls dropped, they cleared them. And like I said, it was only when Harry John came on that we had a spell of possession and looked a threat.
Yeah, so experienced in this game. Tony, are you up for the battle that's coming up in the next few weeks?
Listen, we've got Bala and TNS next 2 games, and I'm certainly up for the battle. It's just hope there's another group of people who want to join me in that battle.
Brilliant. Well, we really appreciate your time, as usual. Thanks very much for coming over to have a chat with us. It's been a tough night for you for Haverfordwest, but thanks for your time, as usual.
All the best. Thank you.
Tony Pennock for yna. Diolch yn fawr iawn iddo fe am ei amser. Gwerthfawrogiau yn fawr. Gŵr bonheddig yn dod draw i gael sgwrs gyda ni, ond yn wr siomedig dros ben heno wedi colli o 2-1 fan hyn yn Aberystwyth, oedd yn teimlo'r golled yna, chi'n teimlo fe, yn ŵr rhwystredig dros ben, maen nhw'n hapus fan hyn, mae wedi tyweli yma yn sydyn yn Aberystwyth, ond digon o sŵn ar y chwib yn ôl, achos maen nhw wedi ennill o 2-1, 3 pwynt pwysig. Diolch yn fawr iawn am eich cwmni, lot mwy o bêl-drod i ddod dros y penwythnos, eich pwyntiau nos lun, gem few penwythnos nesaf, dilynwch ni ar y gyfannau cymdeithasol. Ond am y tro, hwyl fawr i chi, ta-ra.
Penderfyniad sydyn gan y dyfarnwr, ac mae'n mesur yn berffaith.
Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.